All right. Welcome, Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer with Brand Man. How you doing?
Not too bad. How about you?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. And then Brian's going to be joining us shortly. You got to go run, take care of something. But yeah, man, happy Christmas. We got Derpy in the house.
Yeah, man. What's up, Derpy?
Quality Christmas hangover movie content. Ooh. Yeah.
I love it.
Almost at 600. I just checked right now. 594, guys.
594. So we jumped up 3. I was checking throughout the morning. I saw that we jumped up to 591.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. You think we can make it by the end of the year? 6 more?
I'm sorry.
Oh man, it's what, 6 more people?
6 more.
It's
6 people.
Yeah.
And we have 5 days to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
5 days. Yeah. 5 days.
Yeah. I mean, my goal has been a crazy year, man. 500 in 1 year, crazy enough to make a grown man cry. It is, man. It is. I cry a little bit. Because I'm so happy. Like legit, man. Legit. Because my goal was like, okay, I think we started last year. Well, we started last year with just me and Will, and then me and Brian were doing something else, and we came over, and then we were like, all right, let's just do this.
This makes more sense for us to do.
It makes more sense, yeah. So, and that kind of started right around this year. So, like 2022 was kind of the first year where we put a lot more effort and a lot more
time and focus on
Spoiler King. So, yeah, because those first couple months were kind of like trying to figure it out. It took me and Will like almost 3 months to find a name.
I remember like, Brian, what do you think for the name?
Yeah, we were just nerd huddle movie reviews for a while. So yeah, so shout out to Martin for that one. But yeah, nice. We got Perp Minded. What's up, Perp?
What's going on, Perp?
Yeah, almost 600. Dope. So and then Perp, I was watching his awards shows. It was pretty cool.
It's such a good idea. I gotta tell you, Perp.
It was fun. It was fun.
Genius. I loved the idea. The concept is great.
The movie I agree with. Which later today each one of us are doing our top 5 movies. But yeah, like he had best hero, which was awesome. You know, which I think all his panel was like who, and it was like an anime character.
Yeah.
So it was kind of funny. So but yeah, but you know, and then the best new channel or channel of the year, you know, we were nominated, which we appreciate. But
awesome,
yeah, that's great.
I gotta give it Planet Fanatics though, man. Those guys are definitely doing something special over there. They're crazy.
I know what you're talking about. I watch them all the time.
I watch definitely
them literally all the time. Like I'm like, oh man, that's a good idea. But they go on forever.
It was Darius is like going out forever. I think they did like a over 7 hour stream. Like what?
Holy shit!
yeah, that's crazy, man.
We so hit 3 hours. I'm like, all right, show me two.
I'm done.
I'm so done.
It's like the length of a school day. That's the length of a work day almost.
Like, he did a whole nother job.
Yeah.
After work. It's awesome.
Yeah. So shout out to Perp. Go check out Perp's Minded show. It's awesome stuff over there. Yeah, Derpy was you were early spoiler king in there.
I think I was here. I remember Derpy coming in. He's saying, "Hey, I'm gonna be there every week. Just watch."
Yeah. It was definitely. What was that 200th? I don't remember. You were pretty early on, man.
It was pretty early. Yeah.
It might have been before 200, but appreciate y'all. Nah, man, we appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too.
That was fun. Yeah, I did not expect to be like even like considered like that. You know, like I'm like you know. Because it's just us just kind of talking, and you know, we have a loose idea of what we're gonna do each day. You know, sometimes it goes good, sometimes it, you know, veers off into a whole nother conversation, but that's the fun stuff. 6 to 7 hour streams. The good old days of Google Hangouts when I started streaming with my homies. Oh man, you did that 6-7 hours, a lot.
No, I don't even like talking to my friends like in person for 6-7 hours. I'd be like, all right, after like 3 hours, we're like, look, we either drinking or we doing something else because it's time to play games. We can't keep on doing this. Yeah.
So you used Google Hangouts before StreamYard was a thing then?
That's amazing.
Yeah, because StreamYard's fairly new. I think when we started, me and Alfredo started, we were doing it in my basement, you know, and then things started getting a little tricky with time, and he moved further away, and we started using Skype. We used Skype for a while, and then I think we was Skype. And then we jumped onto this, and this was golden. I got my 5 best movies of the year. So save it. We're gonna do a couple movie reviews, and then we're gonna get into our list. I'm
actually really interested to see what you guys say for your 5 best movies. This is gonna be really cool. I can't wait.
Know what each other has.
No clue.
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah. I wish though, I think next year, so starting in 2023, I want to keep track of all the movies we watch. And then so I have like an Excel sheet or spreadsheet or something like that. And then have each one of us, then we can go on the Google Drive. And if you've seen a movie that like one of us haven't, you got, you know, so Brian can add, I saw this, but you know, me and Brandon didn't, or, you know, stuff like that. So we can see like all the movies that way, you know, like, oh, here's all the movies we all watched. So.
Hey, and then we could do like little blogs on each movie, put it on the website.
Yeah, I think Perp had that. He had like that picture, and he had like 70 something movies he watched all year, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
I probably got
Letterboxd.
Letterboxd
is the best way I found to keep track of the movies I've watched or reviewed. Maybe you can consider that as an option as well. That's what's called Letterboxd or Letterboxd with a D?
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up right now.
Yeah, because he had it all like a picture, and it was like all laid out like 70 or 60 something movies. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Mm.
You know, and I saw Zack Attacks does that as well. He had a nice, collection of all the movies he was watching. So definitely want to do that. It'd be pretty cool. Yes, Google Hangouts was a platform everyone was using until Google got rid of it. Yeah. And then StreamYard popped up to 2020, and everyone jumped onto that shit. Yeah. Yeah, Google Hangouts was awesome. I love Google Hangouts. Yeah, they got rid of it. Damn you, Google. Man, I remember they had like a bunch of groups I was in that would like trade and sell all the movie codes.
Yeah.
So like all my movie codes. Dropped it. Yeah.
That was good.
Whatever. Did I win? So I wanted to watch. All right, cool. I made it to the finals.
No, you did it. Yeah,
I did it.
You in
Me and Mark.
Is Mark?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mark got the
I
highest.
cannot believe you and Mark made. Oh my god.
So that's part of our sports side. If anybody's interested in the sports side, so we're in a guillotine league, and the only last two are me and Mark, who's part of the Dynasty Pylon kind of group, and there's like a running gag that we kind of look like each other with glasses and beards and the hat. So I'm like, we need to change our names to like Tank Crumley and Mark Kramer, like mix it all together. Just fucking confuse everybody. So
that's awesome. I just can't believe both of you guys made it to the finals. You guys suck. I mean, so many times you guys should got kicked out.
I've was great. There was only 1 week where I legit thought I was gonna get kicked out. Like 1 week.
There's two. I remember.
No, there's 1 week I was bitching about like how I didn't think I was gonna get kicked out because I saw other people suck more than I did. I was pissed, and I know it pisses off Martin so much when people complain.
So funny, you just get so mad.
And I know like it pisses off Martin, so I was like, oh yeah, it makes it a double whammy. I get to complain and he gets angry about it. But Mark should have been kicked out like 5 times.
Dude, I can't believe he kept on. You know what it was? His quarterback. And once again, I told you the 2 best quarterbacks are making it to the finals. That's what I said.
Yeah.
There it is. The 2 best quarterbacks made it to the finals.
Yeah. So, although he could have played golf and got a couple more points out of me. Mm-hmm. But we'll talk about that tomorrow and stuff. So if you're interested in sports, definitely check out Dynasty Pylon, that link in below, and Nerd Huddle. So links in the description. But yeah, let's get into some of these movie stuff. We had a super late start today,
for sure.
So it's been a long weekend for me. me and Brandon were talking before. So if I fall asleep at any random moment, so,
if you do a brain,
yeah, just yeah.
I gotcha. All right, let's do it. Let's go.
All right. We'll start with, you want to do Glass Onion first?
Yeah, let's do Glass Onion.
Yeah, let's do Glass Onion first.
All right. Yeah, I'll put you guys up there, and then I'll just be the guy asking questions because I did not see this movie yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right,
you missed out.
I want to watch it. I want to watch it for sure. All right, let's start this one. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer, and I'm with Brandon and Brian. There we go. What's up, guys?
Yeah. What's up,
going
guys?
on?
Yeah. So you guys up here are going to talk about Glass Onion. I didn't get the chance to watch it yet. So you guys are gonna have the conversation of the good, the bad, and the rating, and I'm just kind of ask some questions. I'll be the viewer kind of for this one. But like we always start, do you guys want to do a quick synopsis of what the movie's about?
Sure, I got it.
You got it. I was pulling them up, but you got it. Cool.
Got it.
All right.
Done. And
There you go. So go for
All
it,
right.
Brandon.
Tech billionaire Miles Braun invites his friends for a getaway on his private Greek island. When someone turns up dead, Detective Benoit Blanc is put on the case. Boom.
That's such a lie.
Just,
That's not what happened at all.
just a murder mystery, just like the first one.
Just like the first.
So, yeah. So I don't know. We'll start off with some of the good stuff. Who wants to go first?
I'll definitely go with Brandon first. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I really, really like a whodunit. I like a good whodunit. I like when the whodunit makes me kind of think. I have to evaluate and pay attention to everything, because I think that's really the point of a whodunit. And we don't get enough of them, in my opinion. It's one of my favorite, most slept on genres aside from adventure. So this one really did it for me. I think I'd say I liked it just as much as the first Knives Out, which is a movie that I'm very, very fond of. I know that Rian Johnson has drawn a lot of the ire from the nerd fan base. Me personally, I don't have enough of an attachment to, as much as I love Star Wars, I don't have enough of an attachment to the sequel trilogy to be terribly angry about it. But he's very much in his element here with mystery and whodunit. I don't know if anyone's seen a movie called Brick that he did early in his career with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's another very good one. This is really, really where he belongs. And it's really great to see these just insanely stacked casts that he gets in these mystery movies between this and Knives Out. We got obviously Daniel Craig returning as Benoit Blanc. We have Edward Norton, Kate Hudson, Catherine Hahn. Who else? Is it Leslie Odom? Dave Bautista, who is getting more and more respect from me as a legitimate actor at this point.
Did a pretty good job.
Yeah, he's playing like a stereotypical kind of dude, bro. Nice. I think I already said Kate Hudson. I'm not sure. Janelle Monáe, who
I was like, you forgetting the main person.
Janelle Monáe, who was absolutely incredible in this, I thought. It was great. It was, and it's so great to see Daniel Craig finding, kind of life after Bond as this character Benoit Blanc, which I truly believe he's having a whole lot of fun playing. I'd watch as many movies as Rian Johnson wants to make centering around Benoit Blanc. It's a good standalone. You don't even need to watch Knives Out to grasp what's going on in this one. And it's got some very fun cameos that were a lot of fun. I just had a great time watching this. Watched it 3 times over the weekend.
That's awesome.
3 times?
Wow.
3 times. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
You're crazy. Okay. So I've only watched it 1 time, but I will tell you that I enjoyed the entire mystery part of it. It was so smartly done. Like, it was intelligent. And the things that he pointed out were also just like exactly what I was thinking. Like, oh man, why did he do that? Why does he keep on making up these words? This is so stupid.
Yeah.
But he pointed it out, which makes it ingenious. And you're not a doucher. I thought Janelle Monáe was amazing.
Yeah.
She literally was. I mean, she played 2 different characters, and her timing was so good and so interesting. I think Kate Hudson was annoying as hell and was perfect for her. Just super annoying. Ed Norton was so much of a douche that was perfect for him because that's what he is. Like, he's like, that was great casting. It's just what these guys are.
Yeah, he was great. I loved Norton. Well, I love Norton in pretty much. He brings his A game in pretty much everything he's in. So yeah, he was great in it.
I gotta say, Leslie Odom. I loved him for a long time, but he was very interesting. The way the movie even started off was interesting. They didn't have many holes. I know Tank always says Knives Out has so many holes, and this I know is one major
and
hole
one giant, huge gaping hole.
I don't feel like this is a hole right now.
Okay.
I feel like this has a very well done, made sense, and honestly, Miles Braun was an idiot. He was an idiot, and they pulled it. They pointed it out, and I love the way they did it. So it was a very good movie.
Yeah.
So before we get into the bad, here's Derpy's take on Ryan Johnson. I'd rather bathe my eyes in chlorine and have to listen to the last Airbender movie than watch something made ruin Ryan Johnson ever again. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that feel like this. I'm not gonna be because of Star Wars.
Yeah, he ruined Star Wars, but he's done good stuff too.
Yeah, I'd really have a tough time kind of completely if he was making stinker after stinker. It's not like the guy's Uwe Boll, like just making like he's made a lot of solid stuff in his career. And even as much as I love Star Wars, I really have a hard time,
No, stop now.
No, let me finish. Let me finish. No. I can't completely write off someone because of one trip up.
I can't. It's Star Wars.
It's Star Wars, but I like I said, I didn't have that much of an attachment to the sequel trilogy, so
it didn't matter. It's still Star Wars. He almost ruined the world. He literally almost ruined it.
Yeah,
true.
That's like there's some people that shouldn't have remakes. There's some people that just shouldn't touch certain things. Just shouldn't.
But Abrams. Abrams made pretty much a pedestrian kind of safe. Almost blow by blow remake of A New Hope. So I kind of,
I feel a little different with that one, but
no, you're wrong.
I feel like I mean that was definitely paying like homage to A New Hope, but different enough to start a new story. Exactly. But for my issue is Ryan Johnson is a fairly new-ish director. He never did anything too big. The biggest one, the only thing I ever known him before was Looper, which I enjoyed. I thought it was cool. A cool movie. Yeah. Brick, I definitely got to look, but that was 2005. So holy crap. So
he's been around for about 15, 20 years. Yeah. So I mean,
but he's never really done anything major.
Yeah. I think Looper was, and that was like his first and only kind of a dip into sci-fi prior to The Last Jedi. Yeah. Which, I really liked Looper and I really liked Brick. So when I heard he was handling Star Wars after Abrams, I'm like, oh, that could be cool. Only to, see, Leia float through space to her safety. What the hell was that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I prefer him in kind of lower budget things like this. He's very much in his element.
Yeah, he needs to make his own world and own characters and story, and that's how a lot of people. Taika's the same way, man. You're better off making your own stuff.
Yep. Don't ruin someone else's characters. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. But so Perp said, I like the cast from the first movie, but I feel like the story of the second one was much stronger.
It was. And it made sense, and it was so just
did it. Yeah,
amazing.
But Derpy say Knives Out was boring and stupid. It took the concept of Clue and made it dumb and boring and not fun. I don't agree with that. I had a good time with Knives Out. But after thinking about it for a while, but that's also there's always a hole, and for most murder mysteries, there's usually a hole somewhere in the story.
Your argument is not even a hole; it's just like
it's a plot hole. I mean, the whole entire movie wouldn't exist if it wasn't for.
It's a guy who went to nursing school who knows some stuff, and he's like that doesn't make sense.
No,
and I'm like, dude, I have two different types of insulin. I can tell the difference in the bottle.
No, I'm not. No, that's not the problem. The problem is the autopsy part of it all, the whole Skippy. We'll get into that later. That's another conversation. But most murder mysteries have a something like that because you need to have that to push the story forward. Because if there's too real, then obviously real life gets in the way of having fun.
Art.
So, but I had fun with Knives Out. I had fun with it. I
also think Clue itself is boring. And I think we give some characters to it. That's what they said in this movie. They're like, man, Clue is terrible. It's a stupid game.
That's hilarious.
Totally dumb. Yeah. And we're way better than this.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of whodunits, like I said, it's a very scarce kind of genre. I think it's kind of easy. Clue is one of the more standout ones that you automatically associate with the genre. So it's really kind of it's really kind of easy to associate anyone that we get.
It's motives and opportunity. The whole time anytime you have a chart that has motives, opportunity, and people's names, it's Clue. That's what it is. That's just what
Yeah. But a bunch of before we Force Awakens better less boring version of New Hope. That's interesting. And Purpose like, don't say that again. Don't say the evil word of Last Jedi.
Mhm.
They laugh. So
I disagree with Derpy all together. I think Force Awakens.
Nice Out was fun, and
I'm
excited
was fun.
enough.
Force Awakens was fun to me, and I just disagree with Derp. So,
well, Force Awakens was
I liked it.
That was JJ.
Yeah. Because he's talking about Finn and Rey. I didn't have any problem with them at the beginning. They just didn't keep with it. But as we were saying about this,
continue with this one. So you guys talk about some of the good stuff. What about some of the bad stuff? What stuff that you didn't like?
Oh my God, Daniel Craig's accent is so effing annoying.
But you knew that was coming from the first one, right?
Yeah, but just like, come on, man. And you know,
let him be British.
It's only worse. It's only made worse because Janelle Monáe's accent was just as bad when she was playing the sister. Oh my God, it was so bad.
Yeah, Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc. You know, the Foghorn Leghorn accent is pretty.
I say.
You know, even though it kind of puts like a grin on my face and kind of makes me laugh at times, I just find it that amusing. But to an extent, I agree, and I even agree about Janelle Monáe's. There were kind of parts here and there where, especially when they're kind of explaining things, kind of through the starting at roughly around the midway mark to probably like the near the end, things kind of got dragged, especially when they were kind of explaining things.
Well, you saw what he was doing. He was literally just wasting time, and I didn't mind it because I knew what he was doing. He was literally just saying stuff, throwing it at you, just random crap, saying words and stuff because he was wasting time. He was just trying to distract everybody, and that's all they're doing. It was distraction.
Yeah. There were times where kind of like a lot of the explanations and kind of drawing it out. Johnson got a little self-indulgent with that. At times it wasn't enough to completely take me out of the movie, but it could have been trimmed, or some of it completely, could have been handled a little differently. I don't want to say done away with, because there are components that you need in a whodunit. Yeah. But there were times where I'm like, come on, let's keep it moving.
Well, I just thought that the things that you're talking about more is more Daniel Craig when he was talking, trying to explain crap, and he wasn't explaining anything for it was like 15 minutes when he really wasn't explaining anything. He was just saying stuff. But I knew he was only doing this because he was giving Janelle Monáe time to do the things she needed to go do. And then, but my one complaint is she finally finds the evidence that she needs, and she allows someone to ruin it. I'm not spoiler alert, but it's just she allows someone to ruin it, and it was so stupid. I was like, who the hell would let that happen? No one in their right mind would just be like, "Yeah, here you go," and go. You just ruined it.
I get that.
That was so stupid. And then the Mona Lisa thing was stupid too, because it's like, who the hell didn't see that coming? Are you really that stupid? Miles Braun is literally that stupid that you didn't see the Mona Lisa, that being a problem? It's like, all right, okay. But I'm not telling you what it is, because I mean, if you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. But if you didn't, like Tank, you have no idea.
I'm gonna watch it. I mean, if you want to do any spoilers, that's fine.
I'm too old.
Perp said, what was the accent that he was trying to do? I was confused.
It was figured, Southern. I don't know if it was a Kentucky accent. I don't know.
Here's my problem. He had the Southern accent, but then didn't she find him in England?
Really?
Remember when she went to go see him in his apartment? Wasn't that in England?
I assumed it was in England. Consider.
So what the hell?
It was a very Foghorn Leghorn Southern Belle accent, which how it was in the first one. I don't know about the second one. I'm assuming it obviously has to say the same because it's the same character.
It's exactly the same.
But very like Foghorn Leghorn meets like Southern Belle kind of sounding stuff, which I always found stupid. It was like, he's British. let him talk British. But I'm pretty sure he wanted to keep it away from James Bond.
Yeah,
Like, I don't want him to sound like James Bond. But I'm like,
literally,
that's his voice.
It looks like she went to go get him from Great Britain or London.
Yeah. And and like you said, Tank, it's probably to just kind of distance himself from Bond and nothing more than that.
I want to know whose choice it was, though. That's one thing I want to find. Was it Rian Johnson or was it him just doing it and Johnson was cool? Like,
that's an excellent question.
That's what I want to know.
Everyone should be wrong. Everyone should know they're wrong.
Could have been a Southern English if that's a thing. I don't know. LOL.
It was so stupid. But like literally, she goes to Helen Brand goes to his apartment to go see him to find him, and I believe it looked like it was in England. So what the hell?
It was.
It did. I'm not 100% sure about Daniel Craig's American accent. I think the only other time I heard him do an American accent was once, which was in Cowboys and Aliens years back. I can't remember enough of that movie to remember if it was good or not. I think I kind of remember that thinking it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was not good.
It wasn't as bad as this one, but it still wasn't good. So I don't know. He shouldn't do accents. There's some people that shouldn't do it. He's one of them.
Yeah.
British people with accents. My girlfriend ruined it for me. Now I can hear it every single time because they enunciate certain things. Cumberbatch, perfect example. My name is Dr. Stephen Strange. Like it's like that. It's very enunciated, and you can hear now every single time a British person, which there's a lot of British people, they do American accents. You hear it when they say certain things, A's and E's especially.
What about Idris Elba? Like when I first saw him in The Wire, I was like, he's British.
That's true. I'm trying to think of like I noticed it a little bit in Hobbs and Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially being around like what's his name, like
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. You know, where he has a different accent as well. So like but you can hear it. Go back and watch. I'm sure there's parts of it where, especially like A's and E's, you can definitely hear it.
He was British in Hobbs and Shaw, so I didn't have a problem with that. My point is like in The Wire, because they're both on MI6. They're both on, and that stuff. So, but in The Wire, he was a dude from Baltimore, so that's why I was like, I didn't hear nothing. I had no clue.
I go back. It's been forever since I watched that, but I'm trying to think of what other time, because he usually does his own voice in a lot of things. Like
he's used an American accent here and there. There was that terrible Beyonce movie, Obsessed, that he did. What else did he use an American accent in? There's one that was fairly recent, I think.
Most of the time he's himself. So like I seen Luther a lot. I seen all those episodes. I've seen most of the things he does. He has a good accent, but when he has the American accent, I don't hear it. But I know we're getting off topic again.
Yeah. So I don't know what are some bad things.
Yeah, I mean that's really it. 'Cause it's a good murder mystery thing.
Yeah,
it really is.
And it really held my attention. I didn't even look at my phone at all.
Yeah, I really didn't either.
A good sign.
I'm really interested. Like I said, I'll watch as many Knives Out mysteries or Benoit Blanc mysteries as Rian Johnson wants to make. I think he's really kind of found his niche with this. I know that there's going to be at least one more that's going to be on Netflix. Probably won't be out for at least probably like 2 years. But I'll definitely watch as many as this guy wants to make. I think Benoit Blanc is definitely like the new age Inspector Clouseau, which is a lot of fun to watch. But I'll watch as many as he wants to make. I'm interested to see where the next one takes place, how stacked the cast is going to be. I'm definitely in for the next one.
Yeah. So I just looked up. I guess he's going to start writing it in January.
Yeah.
So number 3. So, but I know they signed on for a multi-movie deal from him with Netflix. So, so before we move on, do you guys feel this should have come out in the theaters? Because it did come out in theaters. Yeah,
I would have watched it in theaters.
I would have watched it in the theaters. I know it was out in the theaters for just a couple of days. I think.
Give it Oscar consideration.
I literally liked this one more than I liked the first Knives Out. I really do.
I'd say I liked it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say I liked it about the same as the first one.
I thought the story was way stronger, made way more sense. Just so much stronger.
I could see that. Yeah. And yeah, I could see that. The plot was a little more, I liked the bigger scale of the plot for sure.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bigger scale just for the sake of, oh, we're making a sequel, we got to go bigger. It actually worked. It felt like a natural progression.
Yep.
And it really kind of went deeper in terms of showing just how great a detective Benoit Blanc is.
On both sides of the line, like I'm showing you one thing, but I'm really doing this other thing on the other side, and that's why I really like the dichotomy of his personality. That was really awesome seeing.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, so but I was saying it did come out in theaters, and Netflix executives were pretty pissed off. They didn't go to more. It was limited theaters and for a limited run, and it made a buttload of money for those few theaters that it made. So they lost out on a decent amount of money for not giving it a proper theater run.
I think this is a top 15 movie that came out this year. That's how much I like it.
I hear a lot of people saying that too. Definitely one of the better movies that came out the year. But I know they came out at the same time. Strange World, I think it's called, came out. Strange World was obviously a lot more theaters. But
no one saw it.
Yeah, no one saw it. But I think
no one saw it so much that it's already on Disney Plus.
I watched it yesterday.
I watched it. I still haven't seen it.
I watched it yesterday.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it. I wonder if the next one might do a longer theatrical run.
They should have
for money, just for money. I mean, that's it. So before we get on to our ratings, we'll get Derpy's thoughts. He goes, screw these movies and Ryan Johnson. Give me a proper remake of Clue.
Why? It's like, you want another Scooby-Doo too?
mess it up. But we get a lot of murder mysteries. There's the other one, Death on the Nile with that guy.
Hercule. I can't even pronounce the last name, but yeah. Death on the Nile was decent. I know they're making a third one.
Yeah, he's gonna keep making those too. He's just gonna keep doing it. Cool. So with that being said, you guys want to jump into our ratings?
Sure.
Yes.
Cool. So here on Spoiler Kings, we do our ratings a little bit differently than everyone else. We keep it nice and simple. We do now, later, never. So now means you got to drop what you're doing, go check it out. Later means you can wait till you're doing the dishes, throw it on in the background. It's not important. And never means don't even waste your time with this one. So that being said, Brandon, what are you giving Glass Onion?
No question about it. This is a now. Watch this, throw it on Netflix, turn your phone off. Even if you have your phone on, you're probably not going to be paying attention anyway. It hooks you in pretty much straight away, I'd say. Very engaging, fun characters, very well acted. If you like the first Knives Out, I feel like you'll definitely like this one. Even if you haven't seen the first Knives Out, you don't have to. It stands alone on it, totally well on its own. Had a lot of fun watching this. Obviously, I watched it more than once over the weekend. So yeah, easily a now, easy now for me.
Ryan,
it's a now for me too. It was action packed. It was entertaining. It was well acted. The plot was well developed. It had a couple of dead spots, but overall, it was really good. I really enjoyed what I was watching, and I didn't feel tired ever while watching it. Everything held my attention. This is a now movie. I mean, I can't believe it's on Netflix. This was high quality. There wasn't no CGI problem, like all the bombs and things blowing up didn't look terrible, and didn't look like it was off a TV show that only had $5 to a budget. It was none of those problems. So I think you should really, if you get a chance, to definitely watch it. This is the holiday season. This is a good one to watch. This should be number one on Netflix now.
I think it is number one on Netflix.
I think so too.
Yeah, I tried watching it yesterday and today, and it's been number one both days. So, and then Rotten Tomatoes, this is crazy. Rotten Tomatoes, both the critics and the audience, both gave it a 93.
I agree. That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. And that's I've never seen both the critics and the audience have the same exact number, let alone be in the 90s. They're both at 93, you know. So I think 318 critic reviews and 500 plus audience reviews. So that's a decent amount.
Yeah,
of
we're all
everybody.
in the same boat. We all believe the same thing. We all enjoying it the same way. Yep, that's exactly it.
Yeah. I have not heard a bad thing about this movie yet. I'll put it that way. From all the people I've watched and heard, E-Man got invited to the red carpet, and
which is awesome.
Praise, yeah, he got praised the movie too. So yeah. So I mean, this is definitely on my watch list. Like I said, I've been trying to watch it yesterday and today, just didn't happen. But yeah, I definitely want to check it out.
I gotta say one last thing. I think Janelle Monáe did such a wonderful job. I enjoy seeing her acting. Like it's funny how she's developed and going better and getting better and better in every movie. She steals the show for most of this movie. And it's funny because you have all these big stars, and she's probably the one thing that I stick with the most.
Yeah. Interesting. So that's cool. Yeah, I heard a lot of people, everyone talking about how great she is. So, and Batista as well, like you guys were saying. So
he was awesome.
Yeah. No, it's definitely on my list.
Batista's, yeah, he's much he's so much a better actor than I originally would have pegged him for.
Yeah.
When he was really getting into it, and
I got a question though. Do you ever hear him and think Drax?
Oh, you have to.
It's just, every time I hear him talk, I'm like, that's Drax.
Yeah.
He had no shirt on. He's sitting by the pool. I was like, look at Drax. That's crazy.
So, and then before we head out, the box office numbers, because it was out for 1 week in limited theaters. It made $15 million,
really?
Which doesn't seem like a lot, but you're talking about very, very small number of theaters, and only for 1 week. It made 15 mil. The budget was 40 mil to make. It almost made half. It made a little less than half of what the movie was worth in 1 week.
Without marketing.
Without
marketing.
Without any marketing, really. So, it was pretty good. Pretty good. Definitely gonna check it out. I'm super excited. Any last words, guys, before we move on?
I'd say that's about it for me.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I really enjoyed everything about it. So thank you.
Cool.
Thank you for that.
Cool. Cool. So we'll leave it up to you guys, the viewers. Let us know what you guys think. If you're watching on replay, thank you. Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about. I was gonna say Knives Out, about Glass Onion, the sequel to Knives Out. That's streaming now on Netflix. Leave a comment. Let us know. We like chit-chatting with you guys in the comments about stuff like this. But Spoiler Kings, these guys up here are giving it a now, so it's in good talks with everybody. So, but that is it from us. So if you're watching on replay, thank you guys. If you're watching live, stick around. We got some more stuff. Cool.
All right, now we can do the other one.
the very less serious.
I don't know.
Less serious?
Dude, I don't know. Puss in Boots. Man, my kids were like, I had a tear. I was like, come on. Daddy, are you crying? No. Someone put some pepper in the air, baby. Don't worry about that.
Like that, huh?
It was pretty good, man. It was really good. Really good. Let me pull up some stuff real quick. You want to do the synopsis, Brian?
Sounds good to me.
And talking about another movie with a stacked cast. Maybe not as stacked as
it might
that
be.
one, but
it might be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, it has so many
Oscar winners.
No, that's such an adult movie. For this to be a kid's movie, this was a very adult. And I'm not even talking about the cursing stuff. But mortality and chasing your own death and stuff like that. Whoa. That was crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get into it in a second.
I don't know. I actually liked Puss in Boots more than I liked Knives Out, which is crazy because I like Knives Out a lot. Are you gonna handle doing all the questions? You gonna let Tank lead us in, and then you take over, Brandon?
Sure.
Hey, you wanna lead it, man?
Or do you want to just lead it? Period. We'll just let you do it.
I can lead it.
All right, let's go.
All right. So Puss in Boots.
I'll handle the comments because I know it's kind of hard on a phone to see the comments and stuff like that. So I'll handle the comments if that's easier for you.
Sure. Yeah, I could definitely see them.
Yeah, like bringing them up and down and stuff like that. On me. Are you good to go, Brian?
Yeah, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So wait, I was trying to see what that thing Brian said.
Yeah, it's just
yeah. I don't see it.
It's gone. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I just happened to see it.
Yeah. No worries. All right. Let me do the transition, and then you lead it, and then just lead us into it, and then we'll start talking the good and the bad and all that stuff. So.
Okay.
All right.
So are we doing a synopsis?
Yeah, I got the synopsis. Yeah. You go ahead and do that. You announce everything. Throw it to me for the synopsis, and I got you from there.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Let me do this. And
so everyone, welcome to Spoiler Kings. Brandman here. Got Tank, Brian the Grizzly. What's up, guys?
What's up, B?
Mm-hmm. Oh, not too much. Just a couple more days in 2022 before we enter 2023.
So quick.
If anything, if I've learned anything the last several years, it's just to go in with zero expectations. I am playing it safe.
That's a good call.
As long as we don't go into a pandemic in March, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Because
don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
No,
we need that clip. We need that.
We're not even going to put that in the universe, right?
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
There you go. Yeah.
Anyway, welcome everyone who's joining us tonight. Tonight we are doing Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Puss in Boots.
In Boots. That is the name of it, right? I do have the correct title, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I did not get around to seeing this one. Was very, very busy with the holiday season, doing the family thing. Could not get to the theater. I apologize for that. You guys, Tank and Brian, are going to take the stage in this one. I will be the one answering not answering. I did not see the movie. Asking the questions.
All right. That sounds good to me.
So,
I got the synopsis real quick, so I'm going to read it. It's about two sentences, and we'll be good to go.
Cool.
So, all right. Puss in Boots discovers that his passion for adventure has taken its toll. He has burnt through 8 of his 9 lives. Puss sets out for an epic journey to find a mythical last wish and restore his 9 lives.
And there we have it.
Yeah.
There we have it. All right. I like I said, I didn't get around to seeing this one. I've seen the other ones. I consider this Antonio Banderas' spiritual sequel trilogy to Zorro. So, but yeah,
that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
I gotta say, this has been my favorite in or mid-credit scene. This one right here.
Really?
Oh my god!
I didn't even whole year.
That's awesome.
I didn't even see.
It's just right at the end.
Scene.
It's just right at the end.
No,
you didn't see where they're going to.
Mm-mm.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. Then let's get to the good,
for
guys.
sure.
Let's get. To
I'm excited.
Let's go ahead. Let's get to the good. Let's go.
Cool. I'll go first if you guys don't mind.
No.
Just for me, some of the good stuff was just a nice, fun story. You know what I mean? It's fun, but also kind of a good lesson for the younger audience. You know, even really the older audience as well. You know, it's like, you know, like is this is your life, make the best of it. You know, don't squander it and stuff like that. You know, so that was kind of like the ultimate message behind it, and I thought that was really good, a really good message that people tend to forget. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially bringing it back, coming out of pandemic. You want to blame this person, do that. It's like, man, just live your best life as much as you can. This is the only one we got, kind of thing. So I definitely appreciate that. And also, I'm sure Brian's gonna say it too. The cast was amazing.
Yes,
exactly. I loved the voices. Antonio Banderas is Puss in Boots from day one. Shrek, what did he come in? Shrek 2 or 3, whatever it was. I forgot which one he came in.
The one when they went universe. Back far away. So when
it's all like a big blur for me now.
That was the second one, I think. I think the second one, because the third one's with the kids.
Yeah. He's been amazing as the character. Salma Hayek is Kitty Softpaws.
Oh my goodness!
Just them together, it brings back memories. So if you've seen other movies,
Yes.
So and then we get Florence Pugh was great. And it did not sound like her. Her having this like very
harsh. Almost like
harsh. Very rough kind of
street
accent. Yeah. So Harvey was it Gullion was Hero was the dog. Great. Olivia Colman, John Mulaney, right away. John Mulaney was Jack Warner, which Jack Mulaney only has one voice, or John Mulaney has one voice, and it's John Mulaney. That's it. Like, he doesn't do anything else. So
that was good though.
Yeah. So some of the cast was great. It was super fun. Graphics wise, it looked really, really great too. So, but yeah, it was just a fun time that I think you can bring your kids, and they can sit and watch it and enjoy either just the flashy images or a good story. So
exactly.
What about you, Brian?
I think it had a lot of adult things in it. I mean, so first of all, I'm gonna let you know, Pero is like cursing all the times. They're beeping it out, like beep 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 beep. I was like, man, is it me? Is it? Yeah. All you hear is. I was like, what's going on? My baby typed to me. She's like, Daddy, what is he saying? I was like, hush, baby. Don't worry about that. But along with that, just the idea of when you're arrogant and you think you're on top of the world and you don't take everything for granted and you don't realize the people in your lives matter. And then you have a taste of morality, because that's what happened. He had a taste of morality, things coming up that he won't be able to fight, and changes things and changes him. And I think seeing that on film makes you think, about your own life, about things you do, and do you really appreciate all the things that you get and you have, and all the just the wonders that you miss out on because you just take it for granted. And I thought that was a real key thing, and in his development, his character, like his journey was great. I really enjoyed it. And then, him coming friends with it and having to be at the bottom in order to crawl yourself back up, like to pull yourself back up, and understand that it's not going to be easy, but you needed friends in order to do those things. Just so many messages right there. And I love that the kids, and my kids specifically, got to see that and realize, not everything's going to go exactly the way you want it to go, but it's okay. You can still survive. And this is how you do it. And when you keep on working, this is how we're gonna get there. And I think all those messages were all in this movie, and I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, and the last one was you might have everything that you already wanted. Everything that you always think you wanted might already be right in your face. You just gotta look at it differently.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah. Definitely very good messaging. Like kind of like underlying kind of messages that it hinted at. That was, I think, like I said, good for everybody, especially kids, and even adults, So, but yeah, well, one thing I was gonna say, the adults definitely have a fun time at this movie. The first time, so they asked the dog, they're like, "What's your name?" They keep calling him, I can't roll my R, but Pedro, which is like, Spanish for just dog. And he's like, "Oh, I've been called a bunch of things, bad boy, bad dog." Like, "Hey, drop that, leave it," And then it did a beep, and I'm like,
and then they called me, and then
so I had to stop. I'm like, did they just bleep out shithead? and then he kind of goes into another curse spasm at the end. It was just beep, like legit. Yeah,
it was
just
the
beep,
three
beep,
bears.
beep, beep, beep.
They're like, I like this guy. I mean, it was Ray Weinstein was Papa Bear. He was like, I like this guy. We gotta keep him.
Yeah, yeah. So that threw me off. I was like, wait a minute, what? Because you don't expect it. So adults, if you take your kids, definitely, I think we'll have a fun time with it. But should we just get some of the bad stuff now?
Bad, yeah.
Before we go any further, I just realized I called the Puss in Boots movies a trilogy. I completely forgot there's only 2. Duology. My bad. Correcting myself there.
I did the same thing before.
We will get to the end. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Any low points, downsides you guys want to talk about with this movie?
Yeah. As much as I said, like the adults will have fun with it, it might be a little too adult.
Yeah, so you surprised shouldn't be cursing with kids around.
The cursing thing, was funny. That was definitely funny. But like you said, like, oh, what did he say? I don't want to explain what shit means, like to like 8-year-old or whatever. But then I mean, this movie deals with death a lot.
Yeah.
And as much as it is a good thing to have like kids understand, sometimes it might be too much too early, especially if like a kid never dealt with death before, with like either losing a goldfish or something, losing a grandparent, something along those lines. So if this is their first like venture into that realm of thinking of people go away, and stuff like that, it could be a little heavy for some kids at times. But that was my biggest one. I was like, man, especially at the end, when you find out who the bad guy is and stuff like that. And I was like, I kind of knew. I'm like, oh, this is where it's gonna go. Even my girlfriend called it. She goes, oh yeah, And when they did it, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be kind of hard to explain to some kids.
I explained to my 6-year-old right away. She understood exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
and that's why I think the mortality. And I think I talked to my daughter about enjoy your life, take advantage of every situation you have, because it's not forever. And I said, even daddy's not forever. So we want to enjoy all the time we have together, always. So explaining it that way, it helps, but it is very dark. There were times where I literally had to take my 6-year-old and hold her because she was afraid.
Yeah.
And
bad guy's like a good, scary bad guy, man.
Yeah,
he's a good
good villain. It was deep. Yeah. It's scary on multiple levels. It's scary like, psychologically, and it's scary like, actually on the screen. So that really does hit people in a lot of different ways. So that's pretty much it. That's probably my one bad too.
Yeah. Out of all of the Shrek universe kind of stuff, because Puss in Boots came from Shrek and all that stuff, this one was probably the most adult. I mean, granted, all the Shrek movies had probably a lot of adult jokes, but this one probably was the most, without getting silly, the most adult. Because Shrek tends to get silly at times. This one got silly for sure. But I think death is something really, a lot more serious than like maybe marriage or some of the other things.
I don't know,
kids and stuff. But
becoming a father. That's a very adult thing. that fear of becoming a father or hating your in-laws. I don't hate my in-laws. I love my in-laws, but hating your in-laws is a very adult thing.
Yeah.
Like,
But for a kid, they don't have to worry about that. Like an 8-year-old doesn't have to worry about in-laws or marriage or becoming a parent yet. But like an 8-year-old with something like death, is
hopefully they don't have to worry about that either, man. But
no. But I mean, maybe not themselves, but like pets, grandparents, family members, friends. I mean, tragedies in general, especially coming out of the pandemic, like you said.
You're lucky to not have to deal with death yet.
Yes,
honestly, that's if you're at that age,
like I already know, like. My son is going to be about the old enough when my cat dies. And that's gonna be a double whammy. When I lose my cat that I had since he was like 8 weeks, and then now I gotta explain why daddy's crying.
Why daddy's inconsolable. Totally inconsolable. That's what I think about all the time with my dog. Like, man, something happens to him, I won't be inconsolable. Like daddy's right now is just superstar, a superhuman, and I don't be like in shambles on the floor.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it is a little dumb, but it does. I think this movie does a good way explaining
exactly
parts of like your own mortality, at least. So, but yeah.
And
I don't think there was any other bad stuff.
yeah, and it's pretty interesting that you guys are mentioning that. It kind of motivates me to want to go see the movie even more. Like I said, I wanted to check it out. I just unfortunately just didn't get around to it. But it's always good when animated movies can kind of strike up that balance, towards when it comes to appeasing, the child demographic, but having a little something that, people around our age or beyond can kind of appreciate. So that's pretty cool. Might try to get around to see it sometime this week.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of those good things. I remember one thing I just want to bring up. My daughter said to me, speaking about the Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and she just said to me, "Why is she looking for what she's looking for, Daddy? She already has it." And the fact that she was able to see that made me so proud as a father. I was like, man, yes, baby, she already has exactly what she's looking for.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. That was the Goldilocks and the Three Bears was one. I thought it was gonna be kind of stupid and silly. It was one of my favorite parts of the movie.
I think so too.
That dynamic between the family, was pretty cool.
I mean,
and the voices were awesome. The voices were awesome.
Jack Horner is one of the worst story rhymes ever. Like, and I thought that was kind of thin in itself, but I got past it because they did a good job. So, but I still thought it was a terrible story. Like, who cares? It's like, I don't care, man.
Yeah, so, I had that to I was like, I think you could have got somebody else that was cooler than Jack Horner.
Yeah.
But I even like there's a part where like he's doing his little like they're like, oh, because you're a fairy tale. He goes, more of a nursery rhyme. Like, oh yeah, making fun of like, oh, you're not even at that level of importance to be a fairy tale. You're just a nursery rhyme,
Yeah.
But So there's a part where he's doing his thing and he gets outshined by somebody else, which was pretty funny. But yeah, that's about it. Jack Horner, but he wasn't the main villain. Exactly. He was just kind of there doing bad stuff. But and John Mulaney, man, I think they could have got somebody else to have a better voice.
It was just him. It was like it was like seeing someone, we're talking about singing and stuff, and then when you're using your regular voice talking, that's kind of how this is. It's like you just got a regular guy. You could got anyone off the street in the same thing.
Yeah. I think for something like that, you should have got the way they designed that character. They should have had a different voice, a voice actor that could have done something better with it than just have John Mulaney, because like same thing with Rescue Rangers. It was John Mulaney and Andy Samberg, the two guys who do not know how to change their voices at all.
That's just John Mulaney and Andy Samberg. That's what.
So, but even like Florence Pugh, I didn't know that was Florence Pugh. I mean, I knew it was, but I was like trying to hear her. I'm like, that doesn't sound like her.
I had no clue until I watched that. Came home and looked at it.
Which I'd be interested to hear because even as many as accents as she's done in her various movies, you kind of
always know
her voice is kind of easy to place. I'm trying to think of how to kind of place or describe her accent or her voice. It's almost kind of husky, I think.
Yeah, very much so.
But yeah, so I'm interested to hearing it, to hearing how she sounds as Goldilocks.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
So what are we rating it?
Okay, so the way that we do the ratings, fellas, here at Spoiler Kings, we rate it now, as in drop what you're doing, go check this out the first chance you get, hopefully within the next couple of days. Later, something you could kind of casually watch, wait for it to come on streaming, throw it on as background noise while you're folding laundry or doing dishes one Sunday afternoon, that sort of thing. Or never, just not even bother with it at all. Who wants to go first?
Tank goes.
I'll go first. I'm gonna give Puss in Boots The Last Wish a now.
All right.
It was fun. It was good. I think it hit a lot of marks that make a good movie good, and with just a great story, great cast, and visually looked really great. And already I know it's already up for Academy Awards, like in consideration, like it's up there with like they're saying Pinocchio, Turning Red and Puss in Boots, like, which is crazy, but because you just think of it being very silly, but it was definitely worth a watch now. If you got another weekend, this weekend's coming up, or just ended, but the next weekend, New Year's weekend, that's what I would go check it out. So, what about you, Brian?
I went in saying this is gonna be a never. Or later. I don't think this is gonna be good at all. This is gonna be stupid. And I walked out. I was like, that was a now. Like, it was really good. They did such a wonderful job with the story and the character development, and it's probably one of my favorite animated movies I've seen the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that good, and so it's definitely a now. And then that last scene was amazing too, and I can't wait to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was. Well, I guess we'll finish that up. But yeah, like you said, I went in thinking it's gonna be a later. I'm like, it's gonna be a Shrek kind of universe movie. Funny jokes, dirty jokes, mid story, and the story was way better than what I expected. So
the story in Puss in Boots was better than Avatar 2. I'm saying
it was.
I'm saying,
like, you cared about characters. That's not bad. The story wise,
like I said, man, there were some times in the new Avatar where I forgot they're all about the plot. The plot was so thin, I forgot there even was one.
But the plot was that's what it was. So secondary, it was a visual thing. But Puss in Boots was good. Like, it was that good, and I was enjoying it that much.
Yeah, same. And then Rotten Tomatoes put it at we got the audience 67 for audience. Crazy.
It's probably because remember I told you about the moms.
Wait, is this the first one? Wait, this is the first one. Yeah, this is the first one. Hold on, let me find the other.
I'm surprised because that was amazing.
Yeah. Boots Last Wish, Rotten Tomatoes. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Oh, yeah, that's what I
also,
thought.
he had a beard at one point. That was that was awesome. I love the beard.
One of them looked like Fredo, the other one looked like you.
It's all like lined out, so that comes down to a point, and then he rubs it, and it's poof.
Wait. Puss in Boots had a beard?
Yes,
for a
long beard.
Yeah.
I have to see this now.
He almost looked like Fat Thor type of beard. Like, it was
hilarious. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a pretty good part. But the audience, there we go. The audience gave it a 93. Yeah. That's more like it. This movie, not the last movie. The Last Wish, 93. The critics gave it a 95.
Because there's no holes in it, man. It's just so good.
It's really, it's an hour 42 minutes. So it's short enough where you're like, that's a good time run, and it jumps right into the action. So,
it literally like got better. Like, it's better than the last 3 things I've seen from Shrek. Like, really, it's that good.
Yeah. Better than the first Puss in Boots, and probably better than the last couple Shrek movies. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the last several Shreks didn't do anything for me. Yeah. They weren't bad. They just
were. Yeah. So now that we got that out the way, let's get rid of that. I got to talk about this last scene. So it was man, so cool.
I walked out. After the credit, like once the thing and the song started playing, I just walked out. Didn't even think.
Well, you didn't see. This is like right before everything was happening. So it was basically, so they're on their ship. So they go back and they steal the ship from the guy from the previously in the movie. Yeah. So they steal the ship and they're up there, and they're talking about the next adventure they're going to have, right? And then they said, okay, so where are we going to go? He said, I don't know. We're going to probably go see some old friends, some new adventures, stuff like that. And they're traveling back to far, far away. So they're traveling back to go see Shrek. And so there's going to be, there's almost like an introduction to, there's going to be another Shrek movie with Puss in Boots and Donkey and all the original characters getting back for one last one. So that's kind of what it's telling.
That I saw. There's nothing else like post credit. No. Okay, yeah. That I saw. Yeah.
So most likely because Puss in Boots is going to make a lot of money. I think it's going to make a lot of money.
let me see what it did real quick.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
guess
it
200 million.
definitely set up.
I'm gonna guess 200 million for a lifetime for it. So that, which is pretty good for a movie that didn't have this huge amount of marketing. I'm gonna guess
Yeah, only like one trailer, I think, maybe 2 trailers.
I'm gonna guess it made 40 million, 30 million. I'm gonna say 30 million.
So this one worldwide made 58.6 million.
Really?
Worldwide.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm soft.
Domestic 26.
Okay, so that makes sense.
International 32. Opening weekend, because technically
it came out the 21st.
21st.
Yeah.
So last week?
Yeah. This past weekend with Christmas and all that stuff.
Yeah. Because they had but if you count just the weekend, it was 12 million. But you don't count just weekend for
everyone.
For
So
Christmas.
everyone does 4.
Christmas.
Everyone gets 4 days, 5 days. So that's 50 million. That's a lot of money for a first weekend. And it's going to make more. It's going to make more. So that's, and word of mouth, people are going to tell you, oh, that was so great. We're walking out of the theater and this family was right next to me. He's like, I didn't know it was going to be this good.
Yeah.
No one knew. We knew it could be good, but no one knew it was going to be this good. So I really appreciated that.
Yeah. It was good. I mean, over 50 mil for one weekend, and you're going against Avatar. Black Panther, you just said, is still out there. So
Black Panther made $802 million.
Well, I said 850. It's done. So
yeah, 850 is month.
Yeah. Well, you were saying like 950. I'm like, no way.
Well, you said it wasn't going to get 8. I rewatched the show.
Did you?
Just to make sure.
Yeah. 8. It's. I mean, 850. That's gonna be hard to.
Yeah,
to do.
They only made 12 million this past weekend.
Yeah,
so,
as much as Puss in Boots, but I think
once,
like you said, word of mouth is definitely gonna make it run better. I don't know. I mean, after we talked about it, Brandon, do you feel more excited to see it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Kind of lights a fire for me to try to get to see it sometime this week. I live a 10-minute walk from the theater, so if anything, I have no excuse not to see it.
Yeah, we're probably going to go see it again.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I can't wait till Lucas is old enough where we just like every weekend we're going to the theaters.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Every Saturday morning we're going to theaters.
We got the Puss in Boots combo pack. It was awesome.
Yeah. Nice. And then Perp said, finally saw Avatar 2 in 3D. It was blown away. It's whole another experience.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
in 3D.
You have to see it in 3D.
Oh yeah, easily. No question about that.
Yeah.
Biggest screen possible.
Exactly.
3D.
Yeah, that's the only way to watch it. But
I'm still convinced the character of Spider was essentially Donnie from Wild Thornberries.
I saw that. Well, here, let's finish this one up and we can chit chat a little bit about some other stuff. You want to go ahead, close it out, Brandon?
Yes. So, yep, that is Puss in Boots. I will get around to seeing it this week. Thank you, Tank. Thank you, Brian, for the review. Definitely motivates me to go see it. Thank you for everyone for tuning in on this one.
I want to know what they think about it too. So
tell us what you guys think about it. Give us your comments. We want to know what you guys think about it as well. My bad for forgetting about that. Haven't done this as often as I should at this point. But yeah, right. So let us know what you guys think too. We're very, very interested and curious. Do you guys agree with Brian and Tank? Do you think I should see it? Let us know.
Hashtag Brandon go see.
Hashtag go. Yeah. Nice. Cool. Cool. Yeah. If you're watching live, stick around. If watching a replay, thank you guys. We'll see you guys in the next video. Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Let's move on. All right.
Before we go any further, guys, I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah, dude. Sam, I did not think this was gonna be. I'm like, that's gonna be funny. They have a dirty joke here and there, but I was like, damn.
Oh, they're good. I mean, I'm telling you,
facts.
When you're
definitely facts.
When you're chasing morality or having death chase you, I was like, what the hell? This is amazing. But I knew that from the beginning, like what was going to happen. But
yeah,
because he kind of told her, I am. This is who I am. He said at the beginning, as soon as he came out, but no, people didn't put two and two together.
Yeah. Because when he said like, what do you say? Like, oh, people think they can get away, but I catch them all, or I always catch them, I always win. And I was like,
he said, I'm undefeated. I'm always coming for everybody. I was like, oh, I know he is. Okay.
the weekend box office results. What we got? There we go. See, Avatar: Way of Water, obviously, 64 mil this year or this weekend, which brings
there are already 881 million. Or something?
Yeah, something stupid. This is domestic.
Okay, I go world box office is what.
I gotta look up world. See, Puss in Boots number 2 at 12. It's 64 mil, 12 mil. That's 1 and 2.
But I think also it has the cold this week kind of contributed to a lot of that. So
the cold, the whole country, countrywide,
exactly,
and the Christmas holiday kind of messed with things. Then we got the Whitney Houston was number 3.
I want to dance with somebody.
Yeah.
I just don't have any interest in seeing that one.
It makes me sad. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I watched the Preacher's Wife this weekend because I watch it every Christmas. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time, and I can't enjoy. Every time I hear a voice, I'm like, oh, why? What happened? How, guys?
Yeah.
How?
Have you seen that meme where it's it's a TikTok where let me just pull it up because I won't do it justice. But while I do that, Babylon, which people are saying is not good, 3.6 mil.
Really?
Of it, yeah. So which kind of sucks, but and then Violent Night, 3.5 mil. So that movie, you need to go see that movie. If you haven't seen that movie, that was fun.
Wait a minute, Black Panther made more than that than those.
I got Black Panther this weekend, 3.5 mil.
I got it 1.8 plus 1.7 plus 1.8. So that's 3. That's 4. Oh, they add the 25th.
I'm looking at just the 23rd to the 25th.
All right,
so the actual weekend.
Yeah, mine's added today, which they won maybe 1.8 million today.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people had off today. Today was probably a good theater day. The Whale, which I still want to see, it made a mil. The Fablemans, which I think the Fablemans is that on Apple TV or something too?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Made 750. The Menu 680. Strange World still made some money.
Because you want to get out of the house, you want to watch something, I guess. But as I told you, Wakanda Forever is going to still make $1 million basically a day. It's still making basically $1 million a day.
I was thinking about Wakanda Forever a little earlier today, and I was talking about this on Facebook. Even though I wasn't terribly fond of the movie, I will give it this. Namor was more of a Black Adam than Black Adam.
Yeah.
Because of the pointy ears. I don't know.
Not even that. He was more of an anti-hero who was willing to kind of kill for his people and do kind of questionable, unscrupulous things, whereas The Rock was essentially heroic, but just kind of killed a couple people. And at least Tenoch Huerta wore the black hair and pointy ears. The Rock's ego would not allow him to even do that.
I'm just gonna tell you that Namor is a villain. I don't care what anyone says. I read all the comics. He's a villain. Namor is supposed to be a villain. He is not an anti-hero.
Depends on what iterations you read in the comics.
I mean, if that's the case, then Dr. Doom is an anti-hero. I'm just saying, like, he's a villain.
Namor's kind of done some at least some kind of good things though in the comics.
When?
He's been a good guy in the comics every so often.
He's been an ally.
Other versions of him. The main version of him is a villain.
No, he's done but he's very still anti-hero where he's teamed up with the good guys because it benefits him. So
it's a team up, but it didn't mean like the devil could team up. You see Supernatural, the devil teams up with the heroes doesn't mean he's a hero. He's not an anti-hero. He's still a villain. He just happened to do things because it worked out in his favor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I think a villain wants to just destroy the world no matter what. Like Namor more, he's a dickhead.
He just says, "I don't care about you."
Yeah. So here,
I
found the one. It says, Whitney Houston after hearing J-Lo is singing her songs at the Grammys.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. I've definitely seen that one.
Like, I think you forget how good she is, and like remember when I said some people shouldn't do some things. Like some people, Ryan Johnson shouldn't be doing some things. J-Lo shouldn't be singing Whitney Houston.
Oh, absolutely not. I really have a hard time even calling J-Lo I have a hard time even calling J-Lo a good singer.
A good singer, a singer,
not singer at all.
I mean,
let's think
she really got famous for dancing for In Living Color and singing Selena songs.
Oh yeah. I kind of forgot that on and off that she was a fly girl.
She was a fly girl.
She was a fly girl, exactly. But I'm saying it's like letting Paula Abdul do Aretha Franklin. I'm just saying that's on the level of what they're doing. That doesn't make sense, guys. Come on, no, just stop it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I saw that and I kind of like started laughing.
I felt bad. Like I'm saying, but I hear her voice and like literally tears like form of my eyes. I'm like, man, she shouldn't be gone. That's terrible.
Yeah. All right. So before we move on to the main part, what we're gonna get into, are you guys in a big rush?
Because
there's one other thing I wanted to talk about before we.
Let's do
it. We can talk about it.
All right. That just means we can't go too crazy with our top 5 list.
Might go down to top 3.
All right. So we got some news that came out. The MCU. I don't know how true it is. It sounds pretty true. I want it to be true. So the rumor is the Thunderbolts movie is going to that adamantium is going to be introduced in Captain America: New World Order first, and then it's going to show up in the Thunderbolts are going to go after it, and it's kind of going to become an issue. But the Tumat Island, the big guy, is going to be the new not Krakoa. I forgot what it's called, but like it's going to be like the island for the mutants, which would be kind of interesting.
That's actually really interesting.
I'm good with that.
Yeah,
and I was actually I actually kind of skimmed that briefly before we started tonight.
Yeah.
I'd be good with that. It's a good, kind of way to kind of build upon what was kind of established, with that in Eternals, kind of building off of that. I think that's a good way to do it. Genosha. That works for me. I think it really kind of makes it kind of come off as more feasible rather than Genosha just kind of randomly popping up out of nowhere. It's tying up a loose end that was left there in Eternals. I know, despite the mixed reception on Eternals, people are kind of wondering where they're going to go with that. I think that's a pretty good way.
I like it. But also, wouldn't it be 2 islands? Because there's a head and then the hand. Just saying. Or are they going to like mine the hand and then the head's going to be the island? I don't know. But although it's like, is that going to be big enough to be considered like where you can put a bunch of mutants?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how big that is. But.
How's it going to be grass on it? Or how are you going to be able to flatten that out? I mean, that's pretty mountainous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's not like you have to be able to see it. Like you have to be able to see it. I don't understand how no one has ever said anything about seeing it, like ever. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think it showed up in She-Hulk. like on TV, a little
That doesn't
box.
count.
It was like either
Yeah.
on TV or in like a newspaper or something like that.
Yeah, some small. But I get they don't want to talk about it because they want to save it for a bigger thing, you know, like something like the Thunderbolts or stuff. And also, we don't know when some of these other movies are kind of taking place. Is it before or after? I don't know. So, but
I just appreciate the fact that they're taking the Thunderbolts out of the equation for Wakanda. I was worried that was going to happen, and the fact that they took that out of the equation makes me happy, and I don't have to worry about that crap anymore.
Yeah, but I think that was just a rumor, like a really. I mean, this is also a rumor as well.
Yeah,
so
this is no different than anything else. But it also kind of was kind of foreshadowed, like something's going to happen with the United States and the Thunderbolts make the most sense. Yeah.
You know, so going after it. I'm cool with this, man. It's a cool way to bring in adamantium into the mix because right now we got vibranium. You know, adamantium would be really cool. Explaining, you know, this giant thing in the ocean would be cool too. So
acknowledging it in a movie would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. So I'm excited. It definitely piqued my interest for Thunderbolts a lot more because before I'm like, why? What are they doing? What's the point of them? You know, this I'm like, okay, I can see them kind of. Here's this team going after and trying to get it before everybody else gets it.
Yeah,
you know,
basically, Thunderbolts is going to be Marvel's answer to Suicide Squad.
Kind of. I can see that. Less suicide-y.
Less suicide, of course. But yeah, I'm excited for that one, especially with them saying, you know, like the Sentry's going to be a main villain.
Cool.
It's pretty. I still think it would be a hilarious flex if Kevin.
What's up, SSJ?
Oh, what's up, K-Dot?
Well, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Yeah, I was glad you came and checked this out. That's great.
Cool. Yeah, man.
I still think it would be a hilarious flex if Kevin Feige managed to get Henry Cavill to play Sentry. I just think that would be so hilarious.
Man,
I mean, he has time in this. He has time. I don't know. I don't hope that for DC, but you know.
Oh no, I just think it would be hilarious. Like you're not gonna let him play Superman. I'll get him to play Superman.
Here's a different S on your chest. And you go.
I'm not good with that.
That would be. I think that would be so funny. But yeah, I'm really interested and down with this. If it's what they want to move forward with, you know, if that's the route they decide to take, I think that's a good way to kind of branch off of you know, a seed that was already planted, essentially. So I'd be good. I'd be good with it. I'd be good with it.
All right. He said this Captain America 5 is a little crowded. I don't know. This sounds like a big team up movie stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
It does.
Yeah, K-Dot's absolutely right. I'm sure he probably read that the plot's supposed to revolve around Sam assembling a new team of Avengers. And you know, now they're saying Jessica Chastain's being sought after to play some villain, which I'm probably kind of leaning towards it being Sin, you know, Red Skull's daughter.
Yeah.
You know,
I know, yeah, but I feel like he is strong enough of a character. You should have wrote a story that he could have starred in. There's no need to throw all these different characters in it.
No, and I would have been fine with it. I really like the contrast of Sam being Cap. He has no super soldier serum. Going up against the leader would be enough. I kind of like that contrast of, you know, like a regular human outfitted with a vibranium suit and shield going against a gamma irradiated monster with superhuman intellect. That would have been enough for me. It doesn't always need to be a team up. I don't think it would. I don't think we need what would essentially be Avengers 4.5.
Yeah, it's basically it'll be
Civil War. Civil War 2.5. Civil War 2.
And
you know,
I think that was necessary. And Sam's strong enough. He should have. I wanted the problem of him being Captain America and dealing with the real America.
Yeah, I think that would be enough.
Yeah, I just don't want Sam to get overshadowed. This was more of a self-contained, like Winter Soldier for Cap or Cap 1.
Exactly.
It's exactly what we're saying. It's exactly, you want more of it. I think Sam is a strong enough character to be able to carry, strong enough actor and strong enough character to be able to carry it. But once again, you're kind of, I don't want to say, you know, watering down by putting other characters in it. But that's essentially what you're doing. You're watering the character down and not understanding the problems that he has.
And then you're cramming things in, and it kind of just seems like you're doing it just for the sake of, appeasing the fan base. Now, everyone expects a team up. Everyone expects other characters, here and there to make appearances. We don't always need that. That's what the Avengers movies are for. Those are the team up. Those are really the only team up ones that we really require at this
I actually
point.
believe it seems like the studio doesn't want to stand behind it, so they're telling you we need to add more to it because we need people that are going to want to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that's the feeling I always get when you're taking this character who should be good enough to be able to hold this movie down.
Sure.
That you're saying, okay, I don't believe in them. Since we don't believe in them, we're going to throw all these other characters in it.
Yeah, and just like you said, Brian, Sam should be enough. Do a sequel and then maybe do a team up. They handled it pretty well with the Captain America trilogy.
I mean, already, Sam and Bucky,
with the Steve Cap.
The whole
trilogy.
thing with Sam and Bucky, that should be strong enough too. Also, I mean, with him having to deal with a villain and then dealing with the whole being Captain America and people not wanting to accept him as it, and then him walking away from the Captain American shield, like, and you already know they want to bring the other Captain America back, so this is your opportunity. But at least let him get kind of vetted out, like give him the stage and let him do his thing as a character first.
Yeah,
actually understand what the character is.
Yeah, give the character some breathing space.
Do what you did.
We can hold off on overstuffing it.
You say, do what you didn't do for Wakanda. Give him some screen time. Give him a little story. Show that he could do some things. Give us that.
Yeah.
Before you throw everyone else in there.
Like show him being
Captain America. He's totally able to do it.
Yeah, like
let's earn the experience.
Yeah, let's explore him. Being Steve's heir to the throne on his own.
Yeah, exactly.
I was really excited about that prospect, especially when I heard the villain was going to be the leader. I think that would have been enough.
The leader, knowing Isaiah Bradley's out there, and they're never going to, introduce his grandson. I mean, there's so many other things that are going to be happening. That's what I wanted to see.
I would have been good with Isaiah being enough, just as kind of like a background mentor figure.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're talking about him assembling new Avengers. We're talking about, we're talking about like not just the leader. We're talking about General Ross being the villain. And now he's going to be Red Hulk. They're saying there's going to be secondary villains. Now there's rumors that whoever Jessica Chastain's playing is probably going to be Sin. If she is cast, you really could have waited
it sounds for that. Like you're taking crap and you're throwing it against the wall and seeing what sticks.
Mm-hmm. And that's
what it sounds like.
Yeah, and Marvel has generated enough goodwill at this point with even characters that on surface level came off as boring. Captain America is one of the best characters in the universe. Everyone loves him. I think that could have been replicated for Sam. And Anthony Mackie's a solid enough actor, and he really, I was looking forward to seeing more of that from when he was introduced in his full Cap glory in Captain America: Winter Soldier. That was one of my favorite things about it. Run with it.
Give it the time and the room that it needs to breathe and figure out what it's going to do. That's
exactly
what it is. And,
exactly.
Hopefully that's what we get. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like this is going to be a one-off. This is going to be one of those things they're going to use, as he said, Avengers 4.5 to get us to the next level. It's just going to be a stepping stone, and a lot of different people in it. But it's almost I'm worried that Sam's story is going to be an afterthought.
Which sucks, man, because we have 2 upcoming Avengers movies. It could have waited for that.
We have enough. We have more than enough. I just don't understand why they did that. But Marvel's
for all we know, we're gonna wait until the movie drops. See how it's executed. For all we know, maybe Sam is going to be a solo act for at least 3/4 of the movie. Fingers crossed.
I don't think so, but yeah, I could hope. There's hope, though.
We'll see. We got a year and a half, so.
All right. All right. I guess we could get on to our movie rankings.
Cool.
Hey,
Very
what
nice.
is this? I can't hear you. Tap your mic.
My sister got me the Infinity Gauntlet last time, so now she got me the Nano Gauntlet for this Christmas. So I'm gonna have both of them.
You gotta tell her that you know what? Look, Drop Tank. You can pick me up as a brother. Drop Tank. I want it. That's what I want. From now on, don't worry about him. Your gifts can come right to me.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go. Now I gotta go online. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, now this one and the Gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlet, you can buy a light kit, which is awesome. So it tells you how to run the lights inside the Legos, and then it comes with a button, and you turn it on, and it lights up the stones, and it lights up all like underneath and stuff. So I want to get that, but my only issue is I'm like, shit, I don't know when I can build this thing, because last time I built it, the Infinity Gauntlet like right away. So, but yeah, man, thank you, Kada, if you're still in here. Appreciate it, man. Sorry I had to run the baby cry.
A whole conversation you brought up.
Yeah,
one of my rants.
Yeah.
But Brandon, he saved me. He brought me back.
Yeah, bring it back in. All right, you guys ready to do this then?
Yeah,
sure.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Who wants to go first?
I mean, we always get Brandon to go first, so let's keep it going. Then you go second, and I'll go third.
Okay. By the way, before we go into this, after I list my 5, is it okay if I do an honorable mention?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have 6 minutes.
Okay. All right. I will be ready.
Like a timer.
Yep.
Let us know when you're ready.
I'm ready when you guys are.
No.
Well, let's introduce it first, and then tell me.
I'm just gonna do it this way. So all I have to do is hit the button, and
all right, gotcha.
Go right into it. All right. Cool. Anybody watching? Once we hit 10 concurrent viewers, I'll start giving away. I'll give away a code or something. So I got a nice little stack of digital codes. So we've been right at 8.
Yeah,
on YouTube.
8. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're watching anywhere else, if you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook, or Twitch, come over to YouTube and join those viewers. If we get those viewers to 10, give away a movie or 2. So, but cool. So you good to go, Brandon? You got your list?
I'm good to go. I got my list right here.
All right. So we'll get going. All right. Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer with Brian the Grizzly and Brandman Brandon over here. What's up?
Oh man, same old.
Living the dream.
Mm-hmm.
No sleep.
Yeah, no sleep. Exactly. So we are at the end of 2022. Pretty busy year for movies. So we decided we're going to do our top 5. Each one of us are going to do our top 5. So in this episode, Brandon is going to give us his top 5 and maybe a one extra one, maybe. We'll see. But I'll let Brandon go ahead with your top 5 movies of 2022.
All right, this has been quite a year for movies, huh? A lot of kind of big budget blockbusters this year. Some of them have been hits, some of them have been miss. Even a lot of stuff that kind of flew in under my radar. I was kind of surprised. And surprisingly enough, some of the more under the radar stuff really kind of caught my attention more than the bigger stuff. But let me jump right into my list. I'm going to start at 5, and then I will work my way up to number 1. May or may not have an honorable mention in there. But yeah, let's go. So my number 5, fellas, is The Batman.
Okay.
So many Batman movies that we've gotten over the years, different takes, different vibes, some kind of darker, some more fantastical, some campier, some grittier. But what I really liked about this one is the detective noir vibe that director Matt Reeves went for this time. Yeah. I loved the narration. I loved the vibe. I loved how just grim and grimy it was. There were times where I kind of even found it more grounded than the Christopher Nolan trilogy, which prided itself on being, really, really grounded. I loved how stylized this one was. I loved the way Gotham looked. Gotham was kind of a character all its own. I really enjoyed the approach to the character of Bruce Wayne. It was something that we hadn't seen on screen before. Like I loved how he was in constant Batman mode and kind of like this kind of antisocial, something very blatantly wrong with this dude from the jump. I love the take on the younger Batman with Robert Pattinson. I'm looking forward to seeing sequels, seeing him kind of make that progression into the Bruce Wayne that we're a little more familiar with. I loved Colin Farrell, even though despite him probably having not even 10 minutes of screen time, he made every second of it count.
Yeah.
You know, my brain's still trying to process that was him in those prosthetics. You know, completely immerse himself into the character of well, it's Oz in this version, which I thought was cool. I love the kind of gangster, you know, kind of De Niro-esque vibe that they went for.
Mhm.
I really like. Just to reiterate, I love the detective noir vibe with that. That's my number 5. The Batman. Looking forward to seeing more. Absolutely loved it. Probably the as a comic and Batman fan, it was more along the lines of the Batman movie that I've always waited for. Let's get into number 4. Number 4 is X. I love, you know, I've gotten more of an appreciation for horror films over the years, but I really liked this kind of more subtly executed horror. It's kind of a more kind of, it's not a supernatural threat, this one. It's more of a realistic, albeit very warped kind of threat. I loved the kind of 70s-esque kind of retro style vibe that the movie had. Loved the actors. I loved Mia Goth playing dual roles in this as Maxine and Pearl, who they also made a prequel for, which was great. I kind of consider these movies kind of companion pieces, so I kind of lump them as one and the same. They're also making a third one, Maxine, that comes out, I believe, sometime next year. Yeah. Waiting hand and foot on that. Easily my favorite horror movie of the year. Absolutely loved it. And it flew in under my radar. I don't think I knew anything about X until probably like a month before it came out, and I ended up absolutely loving it. So I love the slow burn, subtle execution in horror of it. Looking forward to Maxine. Loved Pearl. Mia Goth. Who saw Pearl? Did you guys see Pearl?
Unfortunately, I didn't like it.
Mia Goth deserves an Oscar, by the way, just for holding that smile during the end credits as long as she managed to. I just want to say that, you know, if I was standing in front of her and she's smiling at me like that, I probably would have dove out the window Scott Pilgrim style. But yes, let's move on to my number 3. My number 3 is The Banshees of Inisherin. That's my number 3. Very grim and unpredictable kind of character study, I'd say. Martin McDonagh, who did the great In Bruges, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. He also did 7 Psychopaths, which I thought was kind of so-so. But I love the former 2 that I mentioned. Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson were very, very great in this. I love the, you know, very much Irish-rooted vibe it went for. I really was kind of fascinated. I found the plot fascinating. It's very simple on surface level. A guy decides he doesn't want to be friend with his former bestie, and it leads to a chain of, you know, unfortunate kind of dark events. Really liked that one. It's not for everybody.
I was like, okay.
It's definitely not for everybody, but I definitely love the performances. It's very, very driven by its performances. You know, Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson, Kerry Condon, and Barry Keoghan. I think they really, really drive the movie and give this all of its power. So I really like that one. Number 2, Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Definitely my number 2.
Upset.
You know,
all right.
Summer blockbusters, you know, they're so run of the mill, and you know, obviously during those 3 months, it's something that we, you know, expect. But I think this is probably the perfect and definitive summer blockbuster. It's so kind of easy and cliche to say, but you know, a lot of the jet dogfighting scenes, I felt like I was there.
Yeah.
You know. As far as a legacy sequel goes, it definitely had heart to spare. You know, the scene with Maverick and Iceman talking was absolutely excellent.
That still
Tom,
gives me tears.
right?
Still,
Right?
yeah.
You know, like, you know, my mom and my mom and I like teared up in the theater, man. But you know, but it was so much more solid than it had any business being. You know,
Yeah.
I thought, oh, they're just kind of making another. Oh, I'm gonna go see it. You know, I was never a fan of the first Top Gun, but this one, I'm like, holy shit, this was amazing. You know, I kind of hope they leave it at this though. It doesn't need a sequel. This stands totally fine on its own. I think a sequel would just be a result of Paramount getting greedy. They told all they needed to tell with this one. Thought it was great. Love the energy, love the vibe of the movie. I love the pacing. The dogfight scenes were incredible. Tom Cruise, say what you will about the man, he always brings his A game when it comes to entertainment. So yeah, that's my number two. My number one is Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's my number one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
You know, this was the multiverse of madness movie that Doctor Strange, that multiverse of madness failed to be. You know, like I think one of our viewers said when we were doing our Marvel rankings a couple of weeks ago that multiverse of madness should have blown the MCU wide open. This blew a multiverse wide open in one fell swoop in a self-contained or very original movie. You know, people sleep on how great an actress Michelle Yeoh is. She killed it in this. You know, hell, Short Round from Indiana Jones was in this. You know, now he's probably undergoing a career resurgence. He was great in it. It had great fight choreography. It really leaned into its premise. It made the most of its multiversal premise, which I really, really appreciated. I absolutely loved that. There were parts where it really hit me in the feels, especially near the last 25, 30 minutes of the movie. You know, it's everything a multiverse movie should have been, and it was completely original. The Dans directed this movie, who directed Swiss Army Man, which is a movie that I absolutely love that flew in under my radar back in 2016. You know, who would have thought a movie about a farting corpse would have touched me the way it did? But you know, I'm really interested and invested in anything that these guys make in the future. I didn't know about this movie until like 2 or 3 weeks before it was even released.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I absolutely loved it. You know, but yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once is my number one. My honorable mention is probably going to be Nope.
Man.
Loved Nope. You know, I'm very, very interested in anything Jordan Peele comes out with. He set the bar high for himself with Get Out, you know, right out the gate. You know, people praising him as like a modern day Hitchcock now.
Mm-hmm.
Us, I thought was just kind of so, wasn't really my cup of tea, but I really liked this. And I liked the grounded horror that they went with the subplot with Gordy the Chimp, and kind of how it tied into the main plot with, you know, spectacle. I love the theme of spectacle that it went for. Really, really enjoyed it. I know that the reception on Nope was kind of mixed, but I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I absolutely loved Nope. Keke Palmer absolutely stole the show. Daniel Kaluuya is quickly becoming like Peele's go-to man. He's basically the Johnny Depp to Peele's Tim Burton, if we're being real. But yeah, absolutely loved Nope, and it had some great dark humor in there. He makes a good balance in that regard as well. So yeah, Nope is my honorable mention, but that I've probably gone way longer than I should have, but that's my top 5 and my honorable mention, fellas.
All right.
Cool. Bring that back. So, yeah, man. So that's Brandon's top 5. We're gonna leave that there. If you want to check out myself or Brian's top 5, make sure you click the link. I'll put the link up here, stuff like that. If you're watching live, stick around. We're gonna get into that next. But yeah, leave a comment. Let us know if you agree with Brandon. If you disagree, if you want to put something else in a different spot, leave a comment down below and let us know. I'm sure there you go. He's asking for it, you know. So that is Brandon's top 5 movies of 2022. So like I said, if you're watching live, stick around. We're gonna get into some other top 5s as well. But cool. Thank you guys for watching this video. Check you guys in the next one.
See you guys.
All right, cool. I hit the wrong button. take that down. Who you want to go next, Brian, or you want me to go? Oh, also then we had
here's my problem.
K-Dot.
What's going to happen when we do all of our stuff is all the same movies?
That's fine. There's going to be separate videos on if you're watching live, it's going to be whatever. But if you're watching on replay, you know, like they're going to be set up. So it's going to be Brandon's top 5, Brian's top 5, my top 5. So you can go in and watch each person's top 5.
All right, I'll go next. That's fine. Because I was like,
and then
what happens when I do exactly the same list as Brandon? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, for different reasonings. But K-Dot said Top Gun in Space is the upcoming sequel Paramount decides to milk this franchise.
And he's gonna say why? Family.
Mm-hmm. They did it with Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to touch on this and then we're going to move on. Apparently, Gal Gadot is coming back for Fast X.
Guess what? You know what's going to happen? I'm going to watch it now. That's
watch it now.
It just if that's the truth, it just reminded me of that line from George of the Jungle. Nobody dies in this story. They just get really big boo-boos.
Yeah. I think she quoted that, or that was I read.
I did.
Same thing.
Yeah. I did.
Yeah. That's insane. All right, Derp, do your type up your top 5, and then we'll have Brian go, and then we'll read up your top 5. So go ahead, read it. Then you good to go, Brian?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool.
You know I don't have a plan when I go to do stuff. Come on.
Let me make sure man, I need to get a wired mouse. All right. All right, cool. All right, let's do it. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brandon and Brian. What's up, guys?
Hey,
what's up?
What's up? So, we're coming to the end of the year. We already got one done. So if you want to check out Brandon's top 5, I'll leave a link up here. But right now, we're going to talk about Brian's top 5 movies of 2022. With that being said, go for it, Brian.
Well, if you watch anything that I do, you know I don't like rules. So this is my top 5-ish.
Cool. Pretty anxious to hear this.
All right. 5B.
5B.
Yeah. That means we're getting like 20 movies.
5B, we're going with The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this movie is hilarious. It's about Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage. It is so hilarious. It has Pedro Pascal in it. Tiffany Haddish is in it. I just thought this was so smart. It was done so well because we know who Nicolas Cage. You know he overacts everything, and get a story about him being himself, going to someone else's life who happens to be like this involved in this drug kingpin, and him trying to save the day, just being Nicolas Cage. And I thought that was so smart, so well done. I just enjoyed the hell out of it. I laughed the entire movie. I think about the movie and laugh sometimes. It has great rewatch value, and that's why it's my 5B.
Okay.
Nice.
Now 5A. I love totally different movie. Smile. Smile was so dark. It was scary as hell. I didn't want to watch it. Look at the screen. I didn't want to see anything that was going on. It was so creepy seeing them smiling at you. The way they just like when the girl slits her smile from cheek to cheek, and that's the way she kills herself. It's unbearable to even watch sometimes, but they did it so well. I love the way it did it. And that's why it's my number 5A. Now, my number 4B.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man, I love it. That's great.
I'm going with Nope for the same reasons. If you saw the video earlier with Brandon, very same thing. Daniel Kaluuya was amazing. Keke Palmer was amazing. I mean, Jordan Peele has been doing amazing movies. I love the mystery in it. I love their fight in it. I loved all the different characters. It was just awesome to watch. I think that's kind of why how I gauge my movies. Did I enjoy it? Did I have fun watching the movie? It's something I could talk about later and enjoy. I love it. So not knowing what I was going to get into, Not knowing I was walking in the movie theater, had no idea what I was going to get into, and then seeing the UFO and seeing the people, and they weren't afraid of killing characters, not at all. It was amazing, and the alien was like pooping out. It was crazy. I love the ending of it. I love the family feel of it. I love Daniel Kaluuya, like the way his expressions and him being the hero and being so afraid to be the hero. It was just a great mix, and that's why it's my 4B.
Nice.
4A is the Batman. I remember when we saw it, and I remember watching it saying, this is not what I thought. This is going to be one of the best stories, one of the best acting jobs that I've ever seen from a Batman movie. It was just so strong. I mean, the story was different, a different villain. They created a different world. It was a better Bruce Wayne that I've seen in a long time. It wasn't as good of a Batman, but it was a better introduction to Bruce Wayne. I don't think I've ever seen that good of an introduction. I can't say anything bad about it. I know other people loved it more than I loved it when we were talking about it. But when I look back at 2022, it had everything you want: the action, the storyline, the character development, the villains. I hope they don't get rid of it. DCU, listen to me. Don't get rid of him as Batman. We need it. Okay. So now we're going to 3. My top 3 are pretty much, if you know me, you pretty much can guess what I'm going to love. My number 3 is The Woman King. I remember watching it and how epic it felt. Like it was the most epic story that I've seen. The King of Dahomey, just Viola Davis was a badass, was amazing. Every character there was so strong. I loved watching it. What's her name? Lashana Lynch almost stole the story for me. It was just so good. The storyline was great. I saw it with my wife, and we thought about showing the kids. If it wasn't for the violence, I probably would have shown all the kids for my girls. But I have 2 girls, so seeing powerful Black women in that way, and seeing them honored, and seeing them being taken seriously, I thought that was so good. And seeing John Boyega take that film and be a king and act kingly was something I love seeing. And especially this is the homie, this is the 1700s going to the late early 1800s. Seeing that then was just so great, and seeing the differences between the Black people that were there. I think it was stronger than Wakanda Forever, personally. But okay, I won't go to my number 2. My number 2 is Everything Everywhere All at Once. You watch Brandon, it's exactly what he said. It is probably the best multiverse movie that has ever been created. It's literally comic booky. I'm a comic book person. I really am. The storylines was funny. It didn't take itself too seriously, but the acting was good, made sense. As I said, it's exactly what Doctor Strange should have been. It's exactly what we have Crisis of Infinite Earths and all that stuff. That's what it should have been. This has everything. I almost want to put it number 1. Honestly, but since Brandon already put it number 1, I'll put it number 2. So I changed it up.
It's your list, man.
This is your list, man. Have at it.
Hey, yeah, but I gotta be.
Don't let mine influence it.
I gotta be different. I love having an A24 in my top 5 ish movies. So, but number 1, I believe is Top Gun. Top Gun Maverick was. I remember in like maybe 2 or 3 spots where I'm tearing up. There's other spots where I'm clenching the armrest, because of what's going on, and watching, all the ships. I mean, ships, all the planes taking off and being in the cockpit and experiencing it, especially in Dolby sound. So if you ever going to see a great movie, you need to see in Dolby. Just the black is blacker than anything. Everything, the sound was amazing, and it made the experience so much more enjoyable that I went and saw it 2 other times. I saw Top Gun Maverick 3 times. Then I saw it at home, and then I downloaded it onto my iPad just so I could see it whenever I'm feeling down. That's how good it was. And I don't like Tom Cruise. I'm not a Tom Cruise fan.
Say what you will about the man personally. I really like him. He brings his A game when it comes to
He does amazing movies.
Great.
He does make great movies. I don't like it's not my guy. It's not, but he made the best movie for 2022 for me. I appreciate you guys giving me the time to tell you guys about it. My top 5-ish movies. I'm done, guys.
There you go.
There you go.
Brian's
Very, very nice.
Top 5-ish movies. So if we got to throw that in there, I think all of those are like we got some honorable mentions or some ties, I guess. But yeah, so that's Brian's top 5-ish movies. Leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? You want to rearrange his list a little bit? Leave a comment. Let us know. We're always in chat, kind of checking comments and stuff like that. We appreciate all that stuff. And while you're there, hit that sub button. We're almost at 600 subs, so that's crazy. So hit that sub button, hit the like button, so you know what. So we know that you like some of our content. And when you hit that sub button, we go live twice a week, so you want to make sure you don't miss that. But that being said, if you're watching live, stick around. We got a couple more things going on, and then if you're watching our replay, appreciate it. See you guys in the next video.
See you guys.
All right. So before I get mine, I know Derpy, damn mouse. Derpy's got also. I got. Sorry, I didn't bring it up, but Polar Nights as a barber, I love. This is the perfect evolution of beard growth, which I tried not laughing. That was super funny, so I didn't bring it up because we were recording, trying to make a little video clip. But it's funny, you got Brandon, with the everything got a little shorter. Brian, you got a little more, and then me full on. So and like, wham!
That's great.
I love that. I love that. What's up, Polar?
Yeah. So and then he also said, he goes, "I love Batman. Thank God for COVID. Got to use my Batman mask." Yeah, I'm like, just Batman mask, right? So that's kind of funny.
So you guys know. We're at 595.
No shit.
Awesome, man. We got 5 away, man. That blows my mind. I did not expect.
Can we hit it in the next within the next 5 days? Can we hit
5 days
600?
to do, guys. We gotta get this.
I believe we can.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy. Because my goal was just 500 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
We're gonna exceed that by 100 and be at 600. So that's crazy for me.
Mm-hmm.
So here we'll do a whole segment just for Derpy. How about that? All right. So we're doing all our top 5. So we got one of our OG fans, Derpy 501st, Dr. Derpy. So he's given his top 5 movies of 2022 that we'll go through. So number 5, The Northman. That was a really good, fun movie.
Okay.
That was a good movie.
Nice.
Loved it. I think I don't know. I don't think you guys were in on it yet. I think it was me and Will.
Yeah, I was there.
Were you in it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we gave a good reviews.
Yeah, Robert Eggers, man, just kind of came out of nowhere on the scene. I'm always interested in whatever.
I remember talking about the incest and all this stuff. I was like, that's a little bit much for me.
Yeah. He goes very very truthful with it, But number 4, Derpy's got The Black Phone. That was a good one. That was a good, great one. Scary movie, a little sci-fi in it and stuff like that. So that was good. That was good. Yeah, it's not enough lists, I think, but it's pretty fun. Who's that? Ethan Hawke. That he was
creepy.
He was very creepy.
I wouldn't say a bag, just creepy. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. So Derpy's number 3 is Avatar 2: The Way of Water.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't visually. I can't. It's a fun movie to watch.
Yeah. It's just fun to.
It's gonna be win best visuals and stuff like that.
Yeah, CGI is gonna win a bunch of awards. It's not gonna
win best movie.
Yeah, no, because like we were saying last week, James Cameron spent such a long time perfecting the visuals, and it showed. They were absolutely wonderful, but I don't know. I just feel like right before shooting was supposed to start, he forgot that he needed a script.
He was like, "Oh shit!"
oh, there's a story and copy and
Write
paste.
that down. That's
Yeah.
a little prodigal
Yeah, but
son,
visually-
a little,
Yeah.
you know, the
Little
next
Anakin Skywalker in there, and,
Yeah,
Star Wars.
he wrote it. He wrote it, and he had wild thornberries on in the background. I am 100% convinced that he did.
I need to make a clip of that now. Every time we talk about Avatar, blah, 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 the guy like,
Spider was Donnie Thornberry. Nobody can
100%.
convince me otherwise.
well, then you can even say the daughter, you know, that she speaks to animals. This one speaks to the planet, so you're not too far off with that either.
Had fun watching the movie. I'm not trying to knock it.
No, it was
It's a
fun.
great spectacle.
It's all spectacle.
I
You
don't
know,
put it as a great movie, but it's a great spectacle, and it's going to
Yeah.
probably make more money than God.
easily.
Nice.
Easily.
All right, then we got Derpy's number 2 is the Batman. So, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's on both of your guys' list so far. So,
Yep.
it's definitely
It's a
it's
good
on
one.
almost everyone's list. Yeah,
Mhm.
if you're a comic book fan, it's definitely on the list. I think if you're just a Batman fan or just a good movie fan, like well done movies, yeah, it's up there.
I didn't expect
Um,
it to be as good as it was, but it's proved me wrong. I'm happy with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it was something fresh. It was a fresh take on a character that we've seen rebooted so many times. You know,
Oh, you could reboot characters and keep them going.
You can
Right.
recast?
You could recast them.
you could recast them.
Who knew?
Like
I didn't know.
what? You can recast?
But I like how
Somebody tell Coogler.
it kind of subverted people's expectations. You know, we always kind of know or think we know what to expect when it comes to the character of Bruce Wayne, and I really appreciated the vibe that Matt Reeves went for. You know, he made it feel fresh, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah, very new but old at the same time. Like it
Yeah.
felt like it was like something you wanted but you haven't gotten in a while. But
Yeah, and I like the way Gotham looked. It didn't look as pristine as Christopher Nolan had it looking.
yeah,
You know,
he didn't tear it up either. He didn't blow up bridges and
Yeah.
he go too crazy. Well, I take that back. Yeah, he did. He
I
freaking
was
flooded
like-
it. Never
I was
mind.
pretty sure. Like,
Yeah, never mind. Poor Gotham always gets destroyed some way or another.
Uh-huh.
Well,
that's what happened in Chicago.
yeah, right. And then Derpy's number 1 movie of 2022 is Top Gun Maverick.
nice,
And
very
yeah,
nice,
that
very
was-
nice.
Movie. That's a good. That's
It
a good
is a
one. Good
great
list.
movie. Great movie.
Yeah.
It has the visual plus a good enough storyline where you
Mhm.
are just. in
I
love
enjoy
with
that. I
it the
enjoy
entire
that
time.
a lot more. So
Yeah.
And-
You're
yeah,
just in love
and I just really went in expecting to be like, oh, good, you know, decent enough summer blockbuster. You know, the action scenes were great. You know, you expect that with the Tom Cruise movie. I walked out like, holy crap.
yeah, I think everyone did. Everyone was like, I
Right.
did not see this.
What
coming.
did I just watch?
Like
Let me-
they
I
did
called
not
somebody immediately. Like, look, guys, you gotta go see Top Gun right now.
like
Yeah.
they did not have to go that hard.
Yeah. It's Tom
I
Cruise.
loved
so
it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm surprised he didn't run alongside with the plane try to take off.
Yeah,
So.
I
Shirtless
or grab
on the
on as it takes off. Yeah, right.
I'm convinced that whenever Tom Cruise runs, you know, it's probably like one of those sonic booms that like blasts off. He probably breaks the sound barrier.
Usually, I mean, it makes perfect sense. You know,
Mhm,
Yeah. Or he at least pretends it does.
mhm.
Did you hear that?
it's like, boom, you heard that? Like,
Yeah.
You know,
And then,
I'm very convinced that the Mission Impossible movies are basically Tom Cruise stunt reels with plots just kind of
I don't know what
you
you're
know,
talking about. That's Tom Cruise on Thursday. That's usually
Yeah.
it's literally it's a
jumping on a
biographical-
dirt bike over a mountain.
yeah, that's just another day for
That's what he
him.
does. You know, that's what he does on
Yeah.
Thursdays, guys. You don't know.
Yeah. That's, so we got Derpy, and then his honorable mention is definitely Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which that's
I
a
really
good,
like that one. It was
good one.
It was hard for me. Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
good.
It was
just
rough,
hard.
but it
yeah,
was very real.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And it had a lot more ambition than the Disney Plus Robert Zemeckis version, just that safe playing by the numbers remake. Hated that movie.
Yeah. And then real quick, so Derpy also gave us his least favorite or the worst films of 2022, top 5. This one I'll just do a quick shoot through real quick, and then we'll see which ones we want to talk about. But his most worst of it. Number 5, Fantastic Beasts.
That wasn't good.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
Morbius was number 4.
It should be higher.
It should be higher. It really should. Number 3, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
I disagree 100%.
Weird.
I disagree 100%. I'm not saying it's one of the best movies in 2022, but it was not that bad.
Yeah, it just unfortunately did not do enough with its premise. That's why I said I preferred Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was a multiverse movie that I expected out of this.
I think that they gave you too many. They gave you too many things, the Easter eggs of what could happen, and when it didn't deliver, it brought everyone's joy down. But it wasn't a bad movie. It was not,
and it banked too much on the name of Sam Raimi.
But worse than Morbius?
Yeah,
definitely not worse than Morbius. I was
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, like
it's above mid for me, above average, slightly above
average. It was about average movie.
It was decent enough. Like its major downside was it did not do enough with its premise. This should have went like way headfirst into the multiverse. Like
the pandemic kind of affected it though. So what's number 2?
Yeah. Number 2, another Marvel, Thor: Love and Thunder. I could see it being on the top list. I can see it being on a lot of people's top list.
I didn't hate it that much. I think it's like maybe 10 worse for me, but I didn't hate it as much as my top 5.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Same.
I just think, I thought it was okay. It just really, Waititi just went too much into the goofy. It felt like an SNL sketch. Every time something serious or almost serious happened, he felt the need to undercut it with a gag. Or what was the weird obsession with Guns N' Roses in this movie?
I think he was just trying to find his James Gunn thing.
Dude, I mean,
that's what I think it was.
There's movies like Firestarter. There's Blacklight. There's Bubble. There's Amsterdam. Amsterdam was pretty bad. Like, I mean, there are a lot of worse movies. Oh, what's that one? 3,000 Years of Longing. Did you guys see that?
Was that bad? I haven't seen.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
I haven't made it seen that yet.
It was bad.
I was like, what really? What Idris Elba? I was like, oh my God, is this over?
That sucks. I was hoping that would be good. But I haven't heard good things, or I haven't heard anything about it, which is probably even bad. But Love and Thunder, if Doctor Strange was slightly above average, Thor was probably it was below average, definitely below average. Not want to say slightly, it was below average. But
one more thing about Love and Thunder, and I'll shut up about it. Had Taika Waititi ran with the tone that was set in the first 5 minutes, with a couple kind of moments of humor here and there, it could have been awesome because the tone that the movie set at the beginning was great.
Taika got in his own way.
Yeah, Taika got in his own way.
You can fix a lot of his things. So, and I mean, I just don't think it's that bad.
It's not that bad. It was just
bad though. But
I mean, I thought Jurassic
top 5
Park,
bad. I don't know.
I thought Jurassic World was worse.
Oh yeah, easily.
I don't think it was that bad.
They made Thor a goober.
Yeah, big time.
They made him a goober.
Yeah, agreed.
And then Derpy's number 1 bad movie, Jurassic Park, which meant Jurassic World Dominion. Easy mistake. I still call it Jurassic Park for everything.
Same.
Dominion.
It's bad, but also once again, when something makes $1 billion, how bad really was it?
Yeah, I mean, I would put it in my top 5, but I don't know if I would put it number 1. Morbius was worse. Fantastic Beasts was worse. I thought.
awful.
Morbius was trash. It was hard to watch.
Yeah,
because it was
so bad.
You know,
So bad.
as much as I love not Sam Smith.
Jared Leto.
No, the other Doctor Who.
Oh, Matt Smith.
Matt
Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, him doing that weird dance. That was just weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was
yeah. And then here he goes. You got 2 honorable mentions for bad movies. Firestarter, definitely bad.
Firestarter was not bad, guys. If you didn't see Firestarter, it's not bad. It's awful. It's unwatchable. You cannot finish that movie. I feel I just stopped. I was like, all right, you know what?
Yeah, this shouldn't be this should be over Doctor Strange and Love and Thunder, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Firestarter was so bad. I turned it off and I start looking for another Harry Potter movie to watch again.
Yeah,
that's how bad it was.
Yeah, and then his second album is Black Adam. Wow, the thing is, Black Adam was fun. Is the best word I could describe the film. But as the story is written by a 5-year-old executive with a big name attached, kind of like Batman and Robin. Yeah,
no, it was much better than Batman and Robin. It just had annoying characters in it, but it wasn't bad. It was.
I freaking hated that kid. I hated him so much.
But do you hate the movie? It wasn't a bad
below
movie.
Average, but it wasn't
I
bad.
thought Hawkman was amazing.
Hawkman and Dr. Fate were the best things about it. Yeah,
unbelievable. It was one of the best characters I've seen. The other 2 were forgettable, but
yeah.
it doesn't mean a whole movie terrible. I just don't agree.
I grow less fond of it with each watch. I thought it was entertaining enough the first time I saw it, but I grow less fond of it because it's kind of, the disappointing thing. It's kind of like with Love and Thunder, what could have been if they really leaned into the anti-hero aspect of it.
Anytime you think that is that bad or you don't want to watch, you think that it's getting worse, watch Morbius again.
Yeah. Like they just
watch Morbius. That's awful.
They just played it too safe, like Black Adam just didn't seem.
I didn't mind because it was supposed to be like this whole introduction to it, so I guess you can get further into what it really is.
Mm-hmm. The Rock
CGI was bad.
The Rock just wanted to be a more super-powered version of himself.
You understand? Black Adam is a very powerful being.
Yeah,
they just should have connected it to some other things, but I guess it doesn't matter now because everything's getting thrown away anyway.
Yeah, well, the Rock did constantly tout that the hierarchy of power in the DC universe was about to change. He didn't right. He didn't know how right he was.
He just didn't realize he was getting thrown away too.
Yeah, yeah.
He thought he was up there, but like no.
I like The Rock, but he kind of needed that humbling. You don't have to come in and take over everything in a comic universe is not the type of thing,
I think he still could have been just very good at Black Adam.
He could have.
And I think everyone's looking at. I mean, Black Adam doesn't have comics to really go off of. So that's why they could have went anywhere with the story. So that's why I don't think Black Adam is as bad as everyone wants to make it be. People just don't. He gets a lot of Rock hate being Dwayne Johnson, and I don't think he even did the Rock stuff. He really wasn't the Rock.
He really didn't.
The only thing that he messed up was not doing the ears and having an annoying ass kid. But besides that, the movie was pretty solid. If you go and watch it again, it's fine.
It was all right.
It was okay.
A fine movie. It wasn't like I think. Black Adam was right there up there with Multiverse of Madness. It's probably a little bit below it. Like I put my Multiverse of Madness right there, and it's probably a little bit below it. It's fine.
I'll put Black Adam right at mid. It's such a very mid kind of movie. Like I didn't hate it enough, but I didn't love it really at all or much more than.
No, I mean,
watching it once.
It was entertaining. It was a lot. Hawkman was very cool. So much that I got the Funko Pop somewhere over here.
The supporting characters, the supporting characters, particularly Hawkman and Dr. Fate, they were like the only ones really. I would love to see, or would have loved to have seen more of them, in a separate project, even though it doesn't matter now. But I think they were the more kind of Cooler, more engaging
think,
characters.
I don't think he was bad either. I don't think that he was bad. I don't think so. I think he did a much better job than I thought he was going to do, and he was fine.
The Rock.
Yeah.
He was fine.
He was good as Black Adam. They just made some bad writing issues, and they had annoying characters, and the plot was a little thin. They should have connected it to some previous stuff. But we're talking too much and not letting Tank do his top 5.
Let's go.
Stop.
Yeah. This is your turn.
You got one more real quick. He goes, the Marvel films, they were just overhyped in Phase 4 as films weren't the best, and they really didn't try with Doctor Strange and Thor. For me, I guess that's because I'm a DC fan. I mean, I'm a comic book fan, Marvel or DC. But Doctor Strange, I feel like they tried, but they didn't. They should have went the full way. And Thor, they just jumped off the cliff with Taika.
They went
screaming
all Taika.
Yeah. So, that was definitely. I don't know my phone.
Never do the full Taika, guys. Never
go full Taika. You never go full Taika. All right. Let me do my my top 5, and then we'll call it a night. All right.
Am I introducing you, or are you introducing yourself?
No, man, you can. I feel that way too much. You introduce it.
All right. Fine.
I'll hit the stuff though.
Cool.
You can intro and then outro it and all that good stuff. All right.
And welcome back to the Spoiler Kings, guys. It's almost 2023. We already know movies have come out. All these TV shows have come out. And us as the Spoiler Kings decide to rank our top 5. I don't know if you saw the previous videos. We had Brandon did his top 5. Me, Brian the Grizzly, did my top 5. And now the man, the myth, the legend, our fearless leader, Tank, is going to do his top 5. So I want to just give it to him and let him take it away. Go ahead, Tank.
Cool. So I got top 5, and I got couple honorable mentions I can do real quick. But with my top 5, I'm going to start off with Nope. I thought Nope blew me away with what it was doing. Super scary. And then the ending, I know people hate the ending. I love the ending. Also, I'm an anime fan, and that ending felt very, very anime-ish. Like even the design of the alien, ship and stuff like that. I loved it. I thought it looked gorgeous. The story was great. That barn scene in the barn when he goes to, it was one of the scariest scenes I've actual scared, like tense scared, not a jump scare or anything silly. Like that was one of the scariest things I've seen in a movie theater in a long time. Yeah. Because jump scares are fairly easy to get you. That's what they're meant for. This one was like, you see a head pop out and he's like, nope. And he starts walking back, and it was so well done. I mean, that one scene really kind of like did well. And then the Gordy thing was so intense, so it was able to bounce around so much between like super scary, intense, and then just super sci-fi ending. So yeah, that was definitely up my wheelhouse. I just loved it all. And then Keke Palmer killed it. Daniel Coulier killed it. The guy who played the Circuit City guy was great too. I thought he was great. Sorry, I don't know his name. But yeah, so that's gonna be my number 5. My number 4 is Prey. Loved Prey. I loved Prey. It was great. I'm an Alien Predator fan, and being Predator based. Just it was fun watching it like a different time era, with the Predator coming in, and all the connections between the main character and the Predator and this and that. And they're both like, you can definitely add in stuff, how like you feel about like oh, for me, like the Predator was there also proving himself on a hunt, and stuff like that, collecting trophies and stuff, and it was really cool. And then I forgot what her name was. She was amazing. She killed it, and I just loved it. It was a little bit mix of old school, Schwarzenegger Predator, but with the new stuff, and being based all the years ago, in Native American kind of time, before or as colonization was happening, kind of thing, because there was like, you had the Europeans over there messing with things as well. But loved it. Good action film. If you're love action, that's definitely a must watch for me. And it was straight on Hulu, which
was it an Amber Mid-Thunder?
Amber Mid-Thunder, yes. You know, so yeah, she crushed it as that character. You know, I want to definitely see more of her or that storyline, or if they want to do something along other, you know, Japan, Samurai Japan would be really cool. Medieval time, England, stuff like that.
I have enough of that. That's okay.
Yeah,
we've seen King Arthur all the time.
I love King Arthur, so you know, so I would like to see that. But so moving on to my number 3, which I think it's lower than some of you guys, is The Batman. You know, great from beginning to end, amazing. There was a lot of issues with it, but nothing major enough that really pulled me out of it. But Robert Pattinson, I did not expect to play the version of Batman the way he did, and I wanted him more as Bruce Wayne too. I was kind of curious to see that. We didn't get enough of it, I thought, but great early vision of Batman becoming a detective, becoming the hero of Gotham that we all know him to become, you know, later on. But
hey,
yeah,
I had it at 4. I had it at 4.
Did you have it at 4? Okay, well there you go. Yeah, so I guess 3. Yeah, 3 was for me really where it should be at. You know, best comic book movie of the year. I'll give that number 1. You know, for sure.
By like 2 weeks, because Spider-Man came out in 2021.
Yeah, it really did. So it barely squeezed after. Like, we're gonna give that some time to breathe. But super fun. You know, super fun movie to watch. A little long though, but besides that, fun. And then my number 2. Top Gun Maverick.
Nice.
You know, I know you guys both had it on your list. This was so much fun. It had so much heart and feeling in it. The parts where they're in the plane flying around, and like Brian, like I think Brian said in his review, it's like you're grabbing and you're like on the edge of your seat and you're just waiting. You're like, oh my God, is he gonna make it? He's gonna make it. Who's gonna die? Oh my God. And you're just like so invested in some of these characters, you know, and I really didn't think I was, you know, because I was like, whatever, you know, and you instantly fall in love with all these characters, all of them, you know. And then when they bring Val Kilmer in and they have that scene with him and Tom Cruise, it was so touching to have like this person who deserves to be in the sequel for sure, you know, have his spot, you know, and also giving him higher rank in, you know, in the Navy and all that cool stuff. So it's like, yeah, you know, like you really honored him in a way that deserves, and how you actually honor a character and a person playing that character. That's how you do it, you know. So,
I'm not crying, you crying.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that was definitely a touching moment, you know. So before I get into my number 1, I got a couple honorable mentions. These were like right there between my number 5, and I couldn't figure out which one was my number 5. But The Woman King definitely is up there. I think me and Brian, we did our review on it, and it was so good. It was so good. The action was good. I thought the story was good. The villain was good. The villain was good. You know, I really, really enjoyed this movie. A lot of people have issues with it, you know, for pretty obvious reasons, you know, with like slave trading and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I feel if this changed real life enough, you know, of the end of that era of slave trading into them trying not to do it and stuff like that, like I'm okay with that, you know, but I know a lot of people are still upset about it. But you know, seeing Viola Davis kill it. What were you gonna say?
No, it's not history, guys. It's still a story, and I'm okay with understanding that.
Yeah. You know, it's based on it, you know, real life events, but it's not like retelling of that event. So, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. That's from what I understand, you know, from reading a little bit of the history of it. You know, it took some liberties, which I'm completely fine with, you know, as long as I get a good story and stuff like that. And it was great. Then my other honorable mention is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This one was so much fun. It was insane. Between Pedro Pascal and Nick Cage being Nick Cage and Pedro being a fan of Nick Cage, it's no other person or actor could do this. Like, it has to be Nicolas Cage. You know, it's great. You know, and the whole time it reminded me of the Community scene of when Abed kind of goes full Cage. You know,
go full Cage.
Full Cage. You know, and this is what happens when you go full Cage. You get a movie about Nick Cage being Nick Cage, and great fun time movie. And, you know, I don't think it's going to win any awards, but it's definitely one of the movies I've seen a bunch of times, and it's fun. It's fun. I don't know what else about that. It has no reason being fun. It's a very stupid premise, but you enjoy your time. So, and then my number one, Everything Everywhere All at Once. As soon as I put this movie on, I had no idea what it was, and it blew me away. It was so great. It was so great. I love the whole dynamic with the family, the dynamic between the character and other versions of that character, and all of the versions of that family and how they interact. And it's like, it's really interesting, you know. And I know, like, a lot of people said, like, this is what Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness should have been, and I 100% agree, because this goes very serious stuff, and then it goes into very funny stuff, and sometimes it really mixes together with it. You know, like, there's a scene. The hot dog finger is super funny. You know, the Ratatouille, but with the raccoon, hilarious, hilarious. You know, but even like the scene where they're rocks, you know, and it's just like subtitles. You know, you're reading the dialogue between them. I was like, it's such a silly moment, but it's a very important moment between the mother and the daughter. And I was like, that's what the madness of a multiverse should be. It's like, here's a very silly premise of the versions of you, but it's also like, it allows you to kind of like, you can't run from each other because you're rocks. So you have to sit there and talk, you know? So, and it's funny. And then I think one of them winds up jumping off the cliff or something like that, which is weird. And they always had googly eyes on it, but it was hands down. I regret so much not seeing this in the movie theater. If they ever re-release this in theater for a limited run, I want to see this again. It deserves all the Oscar considerations, you know, and it coming out very early in the year. Usually people forget about that, you know, forget about movies that came out in the first like quarter of the year, you know, because it's all about the end of the year, big runs, and, you know, what people remember. So, you know, I want to see this win some awards for sure, you know. But yeah, that's basically my top 5 and a couple honorable mentions. Top 5 for 2022. So,
well, that's a great list by you, Tank. I mean, I love everything. I actually love the fact that me and you have almost the same top 5 list, along with the honorable mentions. So that's really awesome. But guys, we want to hear what you guys think about your top 5 list. So please get in the comments. Talk about what you guys like. Where your top 5 movies were, things that about our list that you didn't like. What did you like? I want to hear all those things. Please just jump in the comments and let us know. And we are the Spoiler Kings. Please hit like. Please subscribe. And if you guys get a chance, come join us live. We'll see you later.
See ya.
Later. Cool.
I'm very surprised that Brandon didn't do Intergalactic. I was very surprised that wasn't.
You know, I really thought that was going to be. I haven't seen it yet.
I almost put that as one of my honorable mentions. I just wanted to keep it moving along because I knew I was taking too long.
I think everyone did pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I loved Intergalactic.
Like that. For you, I thought that should be like, I thought to be in your top 3. Personally, that's why I was so surprised, and I was surprised that Tank didn't put Turning Red in his.
Yeah, and Intergalactic was. Oh, I loved it so much.
Turning Red is good. I don't know if it's top 5 movies. You know, top 10. It might squeeze in at 9 or 10. Definitely, if you do animated movies, it's up there with my animated movies.
Yeah, definitely. If I were to do animated, it would definitely be my number 1.
Yeah. And then, so Derpy, so I know you're doing your top 5 for 2023. Next Monday, we're doing our 2023. So just a look into the future here. Thursday we'll probably watch a couple more trailers, probably do another movie review or stuff like that. I don't think anything else.
We're doing our top 5 TV shows,
and I know we're doing our top 5 TV shows, but I don't think any other reviews. Oh, you know what came out and it completely caught me off guard. It was the Witcher prequel.
Oh yeah.
Blood and whatever it's called. Probably want to check that out, but I don't know if maybe we'll do a review on it. I don't know.
I mean, and then what did I watch that we said it came out this weekend, and no one said they saw except I did see it.
Well, I know you want to do
oh no, I'm definitely doing The Best Man.
Best
But
Man.
there's one that came out on Disney. Oh, Strange World. So I watched Strange World. It got some problems with it, man. It really did.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to bother, but I do want to see it just to see what the big deal was. I'll probably watch it, but
you'll know exactly what other people's big deal is immediately. Like first 5 minutes, you'll know exactly what the problem is. Yeah,
wow. It's on my watch, but it's not right away.
It was bad, but I didn't say it was bad because of what everyone else hates it on it. I just thought it was bad because it was in a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people said. All of us totally should watch Armageddon to bring in the new year.
No,
watch Armageddon. you just want to sing the song.
You know what I do honestly every year? If I'm at home, I watch all the Harry Potters again. I literally go through all the Harry Potters.
I'm so reluctant to touch anything.
I mean, it's a word. I thought it would be a good idea.
Yeah, I'm just reluctant to do anything on New Year's Eve now, especially after I'm gonna go out. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna do that. No expectations. Say what?
You're the only ones that can do that. I mean, hey.
Yeah,
enjoy yourself. I enjoy myself at home.
Sure.
You know, you guys go out there, go find someone to be with. You know what I go out to do? Nothing, because I already got mine at home, and she'll kill me if I ever said anything different. Literally, literal death, because I sleep right next to her. So like, can't defend yourself when you sleep.
Comes off to the side of the screen.
Exactly.
I'm not being forced to say that.
It's just on my own free will.
Yeah. Yeah, Brandon. Yeah. So Thursday we'll do a bunch of other stuff, but then we're gonna do top TV shows, and then Monday we'll do some other stuff, and then we're gonna do since that'll be technically the first Monday of the year, we'll do our top 2023 most anticipated. Kind of the same way we did it now. So write down that list, copy it or paste it, whatever you need to do, and bring it back on next Monday. Yeah. Oh, that'd be nice. Go out as King the Conqueror, just all in purple.
We should do that. C2E2 all be a version of King the Conqueror.
That'd be fun.
That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
All of being just one version. That would be awesome. I was like, oh man, I would enjoy that.
Yeah, we're definitely doing C2E2 again this year. But there's like one day where I told Eric, I'm like, I just want to do like work stuff, Spoiler King stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I was telling Brian, but I'm like, Brandon, we got to give you a mic and just have you like be able to interview people, because you just like you were so geeked about seeing different costumes and different creators and stuff like that. I was like, you were just like so. Like, I think we saw the everything everywhere guy with the trophy up his butt thing, and I missed that. You saw it right away. I was like, oh, that would have been super cool.
Yeah.
So I'm like, definitely we got to do some more interviews and stuff. And like, I think you were so fearless with just going up to people and like I was like, that was awesome. So I was like, I was like Black Panther, like, somebody give this man a mic. Like, there you go.
For sure. Yeah, I'm totally down.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure, I'm gonna do at least one work day. If the three of us, and try to get Will out, and then try to get some cool content for the channel. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'll figure out a way so we can get a mic and a camera. That'd be fun. Yeah. But definitely it'll be my son's first nerdy event. Is I'll probably take him on that Sunday.
Tell him, all right, son, this is what you're going to be when you grow up. I'm letting you know now.
Yeah.
See those comic books that people say you're going to grow out of? Never grow out of them.
Never. Yeah. Never. Yeah. Who's it? Be like, hey, you want to conquer the Marvel Universe in bed?
Hey, I can do that. Never mind.
Make me pick up line. Here you go. There you go.
Hey, ladies, want me to conquer the Marvel Universe in bed?
There you go.
I'm trying to visualize what the reactions would be, right?
You gotta find the right one.
You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to have your shirt off, like ladies.
Or just right on your arms, like one's king and one's conqueror.
One's king. That's funny. Oh man! And when is that? It's February or March?
March 22nd, 21st, 22nd.
Okay, that'll work because that is not St. Patrick's Day weekend. That'll work.
No, it's not. It's the end of March going into the beginning of April.
Okay, good enough.
Like that weekend that overlaps the 2 months.
Good enough. Yeah, because I reserve that St. Patrick's Day weekend to do St. Patrick's Day festivity things. So
nice.
Yeah.
31st to April 2nd.
Yeah. Cool.
So
totally
the
down.
weather should be bad. The weather should be fairly warm enough
for Chicago.
Yeah, it'll be warm enough. Because I've gone to it when it was like March, like February, I think 1 year. I hate that they always move the dates too, but it was cold 1 year.
Yeah, there's definitely no consistency.
No, they're going back to being where it usually is, because it usually is in March. So they're going to or April, right at the end of Lent. So they're going back to that now. So we should be okay.
Because I feel like I've been to it a few different times. I've been to it when the weather was hot. I've been to it when the weather was cold. This past year was not bad, but it was also usually it was a random year.
But usually it's before San Diego Comic-Con. C2E2 is usually before it, and the problem is when you go after it, then what's the point of Marvel coming?
Is it before?
It's usually always before.
I never really paid attention.
And that way you could go to Chicago and then you go to San Diego later, which is like 3 months later, and still get new stuff. That way Marvel will want to come to both.
Yeah, that was the only bad thing. Is like this one wasn't the full one that I remember it being. So hopefully next year. Already, like I followed them on Facebook. Already they said like, oh, this person is coming back. This group is coming back. Like a bunch of groups are coming back, and I feel like Marvel had a big old section. Like a whole like U-shaped section where you can go in and they had a bunch of stuff. This year they weren't even there.
But they couldn't do it because they said they put so much time and effort into San Diego that they weren't going to be able to turn around 10 days later and do it in Chicago.
That makes sense. So, but yeah, I'm hoping next year will be a lot more fun. I mean, this year was pretty fun, but next year for sure.
Definitely.
Said the one film I'm very excited for is Christopher Nolan's next film, though.
Oppenheimer. Oh yeah, easily.
That's pretty good.
Definitely, like
too much for me.
Yeah. But yeah, considering Nolan's style, like we were saying last week, I think that's right up his alley. It's one of the Nolan movies that I'm very, very excited for. I think he suits the content. He can tend to be a little up his own ass at times, especially with his dialogue. But I think with a historical figure like Oppenheimer, I think that very much fits. So
that's probably why I'm more afraid of watching it, because I feel like having an actual character, a historical character, is something I don't necessarily want to relive. It's triggering for a lot of people because Oppenheimer. I mean, for Asian Americans, for Jewish people, and I don't know if it's stuff I really want to kind of revisit. So it's just that's just my little opinion. I don't know.
I get that.
Yeah, it could be pretty triggering. I can see that. Then they'll be saying Super Bowl watch party in Discord. I mean, I just watch for trailers and TV commercials anymore in Discord. I probably usually most of the time I go to like somebody's throwing a party.
Yeah, I'll go to a party.
Yeah,
I'll be drunk by the time Super Bowl gets kicked off.
Yeah,
I'll be like, hey.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually go to a party. Although I want to do what we did last year when we went to Fredo's house. I don't know if we'll be able to do that again, but I want to do something live and do some watch parties for maybe the championship games.
Yeah, that's
do some. We did that last year. That'd be pretty fun. Also, Flash trailer is supposed to drop. Is it? Mm-hmm. At Super Bowl.
Yeah, at the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That won't be a good call. Ezra's way too much in the news, and you're gonna push that during Super Bowl. If I was DC, I was like, no.
They're just trying to make money now. They're just trying to make money to fund them their stuff that they want to do. Yeah.
They already put enough money into the movie anyway, despite all the delays and shifting release dates. So they're gonna have to just go ahead and put it out.
James Gunn should start a GoFundMe page right now. That's
it just Warner Brothers, with between this Aquaman, they're just going to take these inevitable L's next year, and then James Gunn is going to come in and do his thing.
I think they'll be good enough movies. I'm interested in Flash, but
they'll be good enough. They're just not going anywhere beyond this.
Yeah, which is fine. Like Blue Beetle, I'm still super hyped for, and supposedly it's doing really good in I guess the trailer. Or things got leaked and people got to see it early, and
or test screenings, right?
Really good. Yeah, the test screening got leaked, and people were like pretty hyped about it. So,
that's cool.
Even
so
if it's a one-off, I'm cool with a one-off.
I'm cool with a one-off too. Or, for all we know, there might be a way to, segue it into this new universe. But Gunn did apparently say that. Like the Batman, obviously Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, potentially Blue Beetle. They're basically going to be treated as like Elseworlds movies where they're just going to be kind of in their own corner.
Yeah.
Isn't that what I said we need to do? Set a tank.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't be surprised. But like you said too, like by the time they're done or ready to film, like
it won't matter.
Joker's going to be out and done.
Yeah.
The Batman's going to be out and done, at least the number 2, and then. Blue Beetle's coming out next year, so. But I know they're cutting a lot of other characters from Blue Beetle, so I wonder if they're cutting it to maybe they could use it. Because it wouldn't be too bad. You can still do a one shot, and then if he's not connected to any of the Snyder Cut stuff, you can easily slide it on into his stuff. So
I know it's really hard to release movies like that. And not have it count, especially if it does well. I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, if it does well, and it's not connected to anything, I don't see why not. Especially Blue Beetle being such a smaller, more unknown character, and James Gunn loves that shit. He loves like small unknown. Yes. I'm going to put it on everything.
Which I'm totally fine with that. Give us some more of the obscure characters. There's more to this universe than just Batman,
Yeah.
I'd love a Booster Gold movie. I think it would be fun.
I know Will Neff. He's a streamer, a YouTuber guy. He's pretty funny. I enjoy him because he understands all the obscure references. With a lot of things, so when he's talking to like younger, people that he does collabs with, like they have no idea the references he brings up, and like for me, like he's about my age, he's a little bit younger. I'm like, I get that, or he's like, dude, I get the jokes he's saying because he's more my age than he is their age. Like, you know, so like for me, it's
You
like
called
a
yourself
couple
an
years
old
off.
man, huh? You just called yourself an old man, huh?
Not old. Yeah. So I like Will Neff. He's fairly funny. He's pretty funny. I like his stuff. So but he loves Booster Gold, and he campaigns so hard. Anytime that name pops up, he's like, I want to be Booster Gold. Like he is a diehard Booster Gold fan.
He's such a fun character. He's just
yeah, goofball, funny.
Yeah, I think he would be a fun character to see on screen. Hell, if Chris Pratt wasn't already cemented as Star-Lord, he'd make a decent enough Booster Gold.
Well, he'll be dead in June.
Yeah, right. Be dead in June. He can easily move on over.
It'll be all right. We'll let you have it.
He's done with Hollywood, man. He's gonna become a fucking politician. He married into the family.
He did marry into the family. Yeah.
Oh my god. Let's get off this subject.
Yeah. Let's get off this stream in general. I gotta go to bed. And then what about college football semifinals on New Year's Eve? Championship games going to be fun to watch probably for that. I really don't watch college. For me,
I'm going to be watching it, but once again, I will be drunk again.
Yeah, I really don't watch college football. I'm
like, boo, Michigan.
What's wrong with Michigan?
I hate any other team that's not Illinois in the Big Ten. I hate Ohio State. I hate Michigan. I hate Iowa. I don't hate Northwestern because they don't count. But Wisconsin, hate you.
I did a summer thing in high school at University of Michigan, and that was fun.
It's an awesome campus, awesome everything. No, I hate them.
That stadium's amazing. The big house. Oh my god,
the horseshoe is better.
Cool.
Ohio State Stadium is better. Yeah, it's better.
Yeah. I just like that it was cool because like you walk up to it, you're like, it's small. But you walk in on it at the top level, so everything's like a big hole. So it was pretty cool. It's like you can see the trees, you know, from outside, which is pretty interesting.
It's very like Notre Dame. Notre Dame is very similar to that too.
Yeah. So
holds 110,000 because it's all stone seating. And your butt hurts.
Yeah. I remember walking in and there was just like people running up and down, like all like nonstop. You see like everywhere, just up and down, up and down, up and down. We got like 100 people, but that was cool. I climbed, when I did, I caught a few passes from like some, he claimed he was on the team. I don't know. But then I climbed and took a picture on top of the field goal post. So that was kind of cool.
So why are you in the stadium if you're on the team?
No, I met him in the gym. I was working out with a bunch of rugby players, and he said he was like on the team, but he was like a freshman or something like that. And
they let a freshman go walk into. Dude, I wasn't allowed to walk into the stadium my freshman year. Like
the stadium was wide open. Anybody could walk in.
Yeah, anyone could walk in all the time. I had to be accompanied by another one. Just I wasn't allowed to just walk in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
I was out on the field. I have the photo album. On my photo album, I have the pictures of there, and I took some grass. I took some grass. I think the grass is in my photo album.
That's cool.
Yeah, I climbed the fucking field goal post and like I have a picture.
That would be cool.
Me on the
I would tore it down, and then it would have
just Rockies just sit there for like an hour. Eventually. Yeah, but we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. You get out of here. Almost 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to bed.
It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so that we definitely go to bed.
Yeah, it was a late start, man. That was a lot my fault too.
That's cool.
So, I'm gonna hit that bed and knock out. But Derpy, appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Derpy.
Here. Yeah, appreciate you, Derp. Yeah, we got a couple other people. Polar Knights. Funny coming in. K-Dot. Thank you, man. Finally coming back. Right when I always want to talk to this man about like DC characters and stuff like that. As soon as he comes in, like I hear the baby crying, I had to run upstairs. I was like, oh man.
Now, he brought up some good stuff. He was like talking about Captain America 5, and then we talked about Sam. We talked about a lot of stuff. So
yeah. So shout out to K-Dot, man. Yeah, go check out K-Dot's channel. He talks about some good stuff. He's funny. He's funny. He gets
he has
into
3,000 followers. He's more than funny. He's entertaining. He's entertainment.
He is. He is. Same thing with Perp Minded is good. Chill. Part of that whole community over there. They're always doing stuff together. So, and then, so cool, man. But that is it. Wait, pull up Star Wars section on Discord. What you do? Star Wars section? Oh yeah, you got your mug.
Yeah, I saw the mug.
Yeah, the Vader mug. Those are always
okay. Question, guys. I'm trying to decide: do I buy this Marvel Team Up number 100? That's that's Spider-Man. Spider-Man one with Fantastic Four and Black Panther and Storm. It's on sale. It's like one left, but it's like $30.
What? It's a comic?
Yes, it's Marvel Team Ups, like Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four.
Okay.
It's like it's the one with the Storm and Black Panther first meet.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's like $30. It's from 1980. It's the original one.
It's probably not the first print though.
No, it's definitely.
Does it say it's for print? Yeah, I was gonna say. That's not bad. I mean, if you're a collector, it's something to have nice and neat. Get a nice frame for it. You can always mount it on the wall.
Yeah, I think I get it.
It's not bad. Not bad. So I'm addicted to these damn Funko things now. Why? Well, you can't see the Black Panther. There you go. They got Black Panther. Wolverine and Photon.
I got Photon and Wolverine and Black Panther coming in.
We bought this at the same time because there's 3 left, and Brian's like, and now there's 2. I was like, well, shit, now I gotta get it. This was on my wish list, and I got this from Disney Insider.
I still can't believe you got yours, but I saw it at freaking Walmart at Target.
Is this at Target?
Yep.
Yeah, nice. I was gonna get a Miss Marvel one. I might go back and get it from Target, but I added a bunch to my Amazon wish list now. So cool. But yeah, I'm like, I want so many now.
No, I mean, I probably won't sell it. I probably won't sell it because I have maybe like 1,000 comics sitting under, like right next to me. I just hold on to all of them, man.
Yeah, I gotta send you a picture. I just got all my comics back from my mom's house. So.
Oh, I want to see. Yeah.
I have the Death of Spider-Man, the Ultimate Universe one, which I want to frame up, and then I have first print, the very first time Miles Morales is entered into the universe.
That's pretty awesome.
First print. I remember I got it when it first came out, all that stuff. So I have issue 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, when they first intro Miles. So, and now Miles has his own storyline, which I'm reading too. So,
yeah, I have all those too. Yeah. But
yeah.
I'm waiting.
Pictures.
I'm trying to wait till Wednesday to go to the comic book store because the Daily Spider-Man comes out on Wednesday. So I was like,
well, oh, nice! I can't wait to read. It's such a good story.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a good story. I like it. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I forgot I had. I forgot I had the Death of Wolverine.
I had
and
that
the
too.
The Death of Wolverine's like a 4-issue comic or run of him dying. Which is such a stupid way they killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they brought him back. I got that. So, but all right, man. Let's get out of here, man.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep and get up early.
Yeah, cool, man. Thanks, Derp, hanging out with us.
Thanks, Derp.
Appreciate it. But we will see you guys on Thursday.
All right.
Later.
See you guys.
Peace.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.